Hello? Hello. Good morning, happy Thursday. You're very welcome to Today, a live stream. Yes, today we're going to be taking some flights with OnAir Company. We're going to go into our own job market. We're on the ground here at Augusta Regional in Georgia, in the United States, Kilo Alpha Golf Sierra, and we shall see what OnAir has in store for us as we fly the Black Square Grand Caravan. It's terribly grand, this thing, do you know? But I hope you're all keeping well. It's I don't know what, it's 22 degrees outside right now. Right, but it's to go up to 27. Ah, Jesus. Yeah, do you know, in the man cave it's 24 degrees. Aircon is on, giving it socks, doing the hoolie, and Irish are listening. We'll see how today goes. So our flights, it's going to be determined by OnAir. We're also I'm actually linking everything up with Say Intentions as well. Want to double check that's working, and then a little bit later on we're going to be having a look at tonight's VATSIM flight, which will see us take the 737 MAX, just because I like it, from Auckland down to Queenstown in New Zealand. Kia ora, Southland for the win. And be Janie then, isn't that just it? But anyway, how are you keeping? Hope you're having a nice day, or maybe it's morning or evening time, wherever it is that you're tuning in from. And don't forget, with our daytime streams, if you guys have any questions relating to flight sim or hardware or the man cave, but sure, ask away. I've a busy couple of days ahead of me now. I've been just slowly but surely tweaking things, moving things around. Last night after the stream I stayed up very late because I was getting this kind of this sort of a aroma, this sort of a smell, and I don't mean like, you know, a human smell. It was like a kind of a herbal kind of a, but then it was slightly burning kind. So I said, oh, balls. So I went investigating to see, you know, electronics, are they overheating? Yeah, but they weren't, which is a good thing because I checked friggin' everything. But as I was checking everything, I made a couple of interesting discoveries, you see. So in behind the gaming rig, this fella over here, I was using I put it away somewhere. I was using a USB power brick, right? I don't know where I put it, but anyway, I was using a USB power brick, and this is where things get interesting, right? The USB hub I was using is a single hub, right? It has a plug that goes directly into said hub, and then it has the USB connection into the PC, meaning that the USB hub, which is self-powered, heats because there's nowhere to transfer the heat, right? So I said, well, that's an issue. So I took that out of commission and I put the other one, the big fancy one, over there, and that has a power brick. Then that plugs into the USB. So the USB is now lovely and cool. The power brick is way better at doing its own temperature, and there's no disconnects or anything to worry about, which is grand, right? So what have I left to do? I have audio work left to do. Stream Deck, the Chungus, that, Jesus, this gadget right here, look, this is now functioning at least to a little bit, and once I have it all set up, I'll go through all of this to show you what it is I use this stuff for, you know. But basically what I use, this controls the stream. OBS, that's the little broadcasting software that I use. That's how you see me and how you hear me and how I can do things like this, right? And it's all by touch of a button, you see. But that's only part of the jigsaw. The other bits and bobs I need to do now is going to be all of my audio. I currently use a device. It's a mixer. It's called a Go XLR, and I've used it for quite some time. It's been pretty good, to be honest. It's, you know, it rarely gives me trouble. When it gives you trouble, though, oh, it'll give you all the trouble. But I've limitations with it, and the software technically isn't supported. Now, it works, right? But if Windows if Windows ever decide to break something, you know, we could be waiting a while for that to be updated. Plus, there was only one XLR input for a microphone, and I have a second microphone at this other station thingy that I'm building. Well, not really building it. It is built. I'm just waiting on parts to come to get it all up and running. So that's going to go into this gadget here, right? Because you can see we've two XLR inputs, you see. But it also has other stuff, which it's going to be important. This does all its own onboard processing, which means that saves a bit of work on the streaming PC. But audio is it's the rabbit hole of rabbit holes, because it's so hard, I find it anyway, to dial in your sounds. It takes years, and even now as I'm talking, you can probably hear this kind of a staticky shh every time I speak. And that's all to do with like noise gate and expander and all this sort of crack. It's all terribly scientific. Terribly scientific. I'll try not to bore you too much. But anyway, with the Elgato stuff, and they actually have free software for this. It's called the Wave software for Elgato. You don't need to have Elgato equipment to run it. It is very, very good, lads, because it gives you on your PC a digital mixer. And that's where you can control all sorts of different audios. You can control audio per application, and of course whatever speakers or inputs or outputs that you might have. Now, when it comes to flight simming, yes, we do get some limited options in the sim itself, and Windows settings when it comes to mixers and whatnot, they're all right. But the Elgato stuff is very powerful, and if you couple that with the likes of a Stream Deck, or you know, the rotary ones, the Stream Deck Plus, it gives you a lot of great control. So say for example, you can have vPilot operate on one channel that you can adjust its volume without having to go into options. You can have the simulator working on its own channel. Do you know what I mean? If you had music or the stream or all this kind of stuff, and you don't actually need the physical device either. You can actually get the Stream Deck on your phone and just use that as touch buttons. Volume up, volume down, and that can interact with the Wave software. It's actually pretty cool. The whole thing is free. So that's what I have to work on now on Saturday between the rugby. And I also then have to do lots of wiring or rewiring, as the case may be, because I have tons of wires and they're literally all, I mean, this, I don't even know where this one goes. Is that, I'm up there. Right, I don't know what came out of there, but that's where it lives now. So I need to, to be Janie then. I'm going to be busy, right? So that's what I have to get up to, you know. Have you thought of a tattoo instead of the lonely lanyard? No, shake off. I love me lanyards. It's my thing. By the way, right, since Gibbo's here, do you see this t-shirt? This was the first ever Flight Sim Tees t-shirt that I got, right? And it's old. It is old, but it looks absolutely brand new shampoo. Isn't that mad? I have t-shirts, even Expo t-shirts that are, you know, younger than this, and they're not shagged, but like you can clearly see the degradation of the right? So I'm paying you a compliment, Gibbo, right? So's your face, right? Brilliant. But anyway, does the software auto detect what's running? Yeah. It won't auto assign a dial. You just bring it down from the drop down and say, right, I want to control this. And you can go individual applications, or if you like, you can do an entire group of applications. It's really good. Have a look at it. I'm going to be messing around with it now, as I say, over the weekend. I've used it before, and yeah, I'm looking forward to getting this done right. The biggest challenge I have is not the sound. Or sounds. I can figure the routing part of it. The biggest challenge I have is getting the audio for my voice, right? How I sound now, because there's going to be a slight difference, and it should get better. It could get very smooth, or it can get, you know, terribly covered. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I need to work on. But anyway, let us see what the crack is. As I said, any questions that you might have when it comes to all of this, well, do be sure to ask, because, well, I'm only more than delighted to tell you. Talk the legs off you, because I'm very interested in this stuff. It's cool sciencey stuff. Do you know? I hear whistling. But anyway, there's the door opening. Who's here now? Look, Chalks, a very good morning to you. What was that? Someone's whistling and they walked out my front door. It's young fella. Well, are you watering flowers? Oh, man yourself. There he is now. Chalks, a very good morning to you. Avro Vulcan is here. Billy, welcome in. Andy 11, top of the morning. Iceman, good to see you, bud. Cornwolf, a very good morning to you. Let me see. Ren is here. Welcome in. Andy 11, thank you for 50 in a row. 50 streams in a row. He has tuned in and been sitting here going, what is this? Thank you very much indeed. Home Wrecker, good to see you. Tier 3, a Mad Devil for 5 months. Hope all is well in County Cork this morning. Now let me see. AK Mooseburger, good morning to you. Spitfire RAF 100 is here in the chat. Happy Thursday. Hope all is well, buddy. Malky Mack is in the house, and Malky, who is saying good morning from a sunny Scotland, has helped out an awful lot with her on-air company stuff. So thank you very much indeed, Malky, and we'll be giving this an out blast here now. The Boise, good to see you. Hope all is well. Who else has come into the house now? Norse Viking Gaming, welcome in. Sumner is in the house from Milwaukee. You're up before your breakfast, Sumner. Good to see you, bud. 98 Vulcan, a very good evening. He says it's a cool and rainy Gosford in Australia. You're very welcome in. And, well, hope you had a great day. Gar Gaming is here from County Galway. Hope all is well. Avro Vulcan, welcome in. Crafty Tigers, happy Thursday. Gibbo Ireland is in the chat, of course. He says, just a quick hello. That means he's flat out busy doing something. Yeah, right. Technical, I'd say, you know. But anyway, Stu Snape has rambled in with 200 streams in a row. He says, well, hello there. I hope you're well. Stu, good morning to you, buddy. Hope all is well. And yes, you're not too upset over the football last night. I'm not laughing. Right. It does mean, though, they get to sing that song again in 4 years' time. Oh, Jesus. But anyway, Eamon 1973, good morning. Hope all is well. Let's have a look now. It's Smithers is here, checking in from Ballina in County Mayo. Good morning to you, buddy. Avro Vulcan, I'm on East USA server in a de Havilland, Canada. Ooh, nice. Fierce Wolf, looking fierce. And Wolfie, welcome in, buddy. Let me see, JP is in the house. Good morning. Magnifico Potato. There we go. Murphy, you in your Say Intentions tour guide mode, and I decided that the Grand Old Duke of York should be used, or should use an escalator to march his 10,000 men up and down the hill.
Can I get a refund?
No, shag off. This is important historical revisionist information. And good morning from Scornthorpe. Good morning. Hope all is well. Great to see you. Ren, thank you very much indeed for the Prime sub. Cheers, buddy. Very, very kind. Airlock Doc is here. He says, good morning, Murph and chat. Stay cool, stay dry, hydrate, and keep the rubber side down. Yes. Huh? Good to see you, Airlock. Did I mention England lost? I've heard that as a rumour. Yes, Homewrecker. Brilliant, right? Been roasting this week in the office too, Ren. Yeah, roasting. Steiny's here. Well, hello, he says. Happy Thursday, buddy. It's going to be 34 degrees in Milwaukee today. Hab, right? What's your glove size, Murph, says Steiny? Are you taking the... Hang on. Where's me spa gloves? Large. For you non-believers out there, you shout effects. It's large, right? And even these are a little bit small in my big hands. Large gloves. Now put that into the... Why did I like fall for that? I've now somehow managed to step into the Two-Tone Murphy community chat, taking the absolute mick out of Two-Tone Murphy. Why? Because the immediate response is that a child's large. Oh, Jesus. Great bunch of lads, yeah, great bunch. Yeah, always there to give us a nice pick-me-up when you're feeling down. Yes, great bunch of lads. Later I'll roar myself to sleep. But anyway, thanks for that, Steiny. I have absolutely stepped into that, round bit of shite you left in front of me. Oh no, I stepped in the bull. But anyway, the Impossible Face is here. Good morning. And I hope you're very well. Idle Cutoff, Cambridge calling. It's Hab. Yeah, hot as balls, right? I did major surgery yesterday to the Sim Cave, exclaims Gibbo. Next up is nailing it all down, well, with 3M tape. As for cable management, well, that's non-existent. Gibbo, do you know what you need? You need one of these. It's £8 on Amazon, and this will change your life. You don't need to worry about cable ties or shag all else. You put the sticky bit under the desk. You put all your cables, and then you get someone to hold them, and then you come with your sticking bit and wrap it around it, and then all your cables are channeled into a neat little package. Genius, right? It's £8 and it's whatever. It can hold 7 kilos. Look, it's 50 meters of Velcro. It's £6 or £8, but you get it over on Amazon. It will change your life. But good luck with the man cave work. Sun Jammer, good morning. Jaken's dad is here, good morning. Remind me to put the image of Murph in front of the fireplace. Ah, Jesus. Quokka, good morning, hope you're well. Where's this now? My mother had a mixer and made exceedingly good cakes. Very good. Sim Guy, good morning. An audiophile is never satisfied. No, wait, an audiophile. Audiophile? An audiophile is never satisfied, but the normal listener won't notice until you tell them. Yes, I've made that mistake. I've just told them. Balls. Does that software auto-detect? It does. Now, let me see. Brillard Gaming, good to see you. Looks like a tad tight. What size is that T-shirt? For crying out loud, having to go with my T-shirt now. It's not tight. Shag off, will you? A tight T-shirt. There's loads of room in this. It waves like a flag on a flagpole. It's not a tight T-shirt. Tight, like a tiger. It's not tight. I'm very expressive in my caliber. I've an expressive caliber. Right? Brilliant. I'm winter ready. Winter's coming. Yep, winter's coming, and I'm prepared now. Grimmy is here, good morning. And we hope you're well, buddy. Anthony V, good morning. Don't break the plane. The money will come out of the company profits. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, so that's an important thing today, lads. As we fly with OnAir and our own company, well, there's consequence. Because it's our aircraft, we have to pay for the fuel, we have to pay for the maintenance, the insurance, the landing fees. And if for whatever reason I decide not to follow a procedure or mishandle the aircraft in any way, we have to pay for it using our virtual monies. Jesus. You're right. You can't take it back now, Steiny. Look what you've started. I don't care. You can't take it back. The harm has been done. The damage has been caused. Oh, brilliant. But yes, we'll have to take a fierce handy now. Anthony V, a very good evening to you, buddy. Ryan is here. 33 months with Prime. Ryan, thank you very much indeed, buddy. Happy Thursday. Still dealing with the smoke from the Canadian wildfires near Boston. Wow. My auntie and uncle, I'm going out to see them next week out to the south of Spain. And they sent me a picture the other day of smoke on the horizon. Right. So, yeah, that's going to be it. Now, they also said there's like choppers constantly flying directly over their house with the Bambi buckets to drop on the fires. Mad looking, do you know? Doing a nice long flight to Juneau to Austin in the C208. Ooh, good man yourself, Schuler. Child's large, yeah. Thanks, lads. Yeah, great. Look at that. Is that from the kids' range? Love you too, Steiny. Love you too. Those are O.J. Simpson gloves. Wait, what? So, medium-sized gloves. Oh, Jesus. We have proof now. He wears children. Bloody hell. Cracker, it's good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Where is this now? Can we get a link to that, Murph? Which? Doesn't come with that second person for 8... Oh, does it come with a second person for £8? No. A bit of a shame. Jesus. Febro, good morning. Hope all is well. Grimmy McGinn is here. Subscribing for 10 months is Grimmy McGinn. Thank you very much indeed, buddy. I'm Pierce, good morning. Then Steiny felt bad and he gifted 10 tier 1 subs to the community here on Twitch. Lads, if you got a tier 1 sub, but thanks to Frankenstein, do be sure to say thank you. Steiny, incredible generosity. And I take it all back. Steiny is a great bunch of lads. Yeah, right. Brilliant. But right, where are we at now? Jalla God, good morning. Mr. Lard to you is in the house. Exo Giant is here. Good morning, buddy. The damn smoke is also in Milwaukee. Jesus. Filthy, good morning. Jimbo Stream is here. Hope you're keeping well, buddy. APU is checking in from Gothenburg. Good morning. Link to the Velcro. I can't find it. Just go on to Amazon and type in Velcro. Velcro with a V. I don't know where the link is. I'll try and find it, though. Do you know? Right, checking in from Bristol. Oh, yeah, don't forget, we're also doing the check-in stuff. Hang on. Where is this now when it's not home? Connect that to them. There we go. Right, who else is here now this morning? We'll have a now look. Steve Stavros, good morning. Kubi Montana is in the house. Good morning to you, buddy. David Langley, also known as Blinky. He's in 2 places at once. Good morning, buddy. Dave Cleary, legend Dave. Welcome back, Dave. Hope all is well. Chris Brown is in the house. Kia ora, buddy. He says, Murph, your new toys look fancy. I hope all is well. Took your advice and settings. It's running perfectly. 4K, not 6K frame gen. Couldn't find the 6 frame gen in the NVIDIA app. I'll show you here now in a moment, Chris, if you'd like. But I hope you're well, bud. Where is this now? Ireland v New Zealand. Yeah, Saturday morning. Our Saturday morning. Where Ireland take on the All Blacks in New Zealand. Brum, welcome in. Yeah, the weekend game is going to be good. It's going to be good. But yeah, Jack Dunn, is it a quadruple, double, XX, double, triple XL? Almost. This is an extra medium. No, it's not. But I'm not telling you can shag off, right? You know, I don't want people imitating me. Right, I try to keep things original so you don't get me clothes size. Right? Oh. Anyway, where are we? Buttons over here, look. Hamilton, New Zealand, look. Ooh, nice. Hamilton, New Zealand. Hamilton. Where's Hamilton in New Zealand? It's on the North Island, Anthony. I think it is. But anyway, have you caught up? I have the steam gauge overhaul Black Square Caravan. You love it. In 2020, yes, their new one, the Caravan Professional, is absolutely awesome. I do love it. But yeah, similar. Not much chance of anyone successfully imitating you, Murph. Thank you, Malky. You're back in the will. Back in the will. Right. I don't know, like, yeah, I'm out there bashing me big toe. Oh, stupid thing in the bin below me desk that you can't see, but I assure you is there. Caravan Pro is amazing, yeah. Where's this now? Then we won't know what size to buy you for Christmas. Don't go, you know, we won't fall into that. Cyrus T, you absolute madman, and he managed to post the link to where you can get the Velcro. Cyrus, thank you very much indeed. See, helping right. Good morning, Cyrus. The darn cat just starting trying to chew me trim switch. Huh? Interesting. Checking in from Buckinghamshire in the UK. Fresh back from Loch Ness, though, visiting the old land. Oh, nice. I've gone full on Egypt looking for Velcro. There you go. Whenever I buy a steam gauge overhaul, Black Square released the Pro version. Your Mystic Meg. Yeah. On your flights. Very good, Stu. Carry on. Yes, nothing to see here. Nothing to see here at all. Oh, Jesus. Mac Vision, good morning. Hope all is well, buddy. Right, well, we get into it and we'll start having a look at... we'll show Chris the crack with the settings, and then we're going to go into OnAir. Shall we do that? 128 kilometers south of Auckland. And just like that, Velcro everywhere. This stream is brought to you by Velcro. No, it's not. Right. I'm after moving stuff around. Here it is. It eventually worked. And then if we do this one. That's brilliant. Isn't that brilliant? Isn't it brilliant? Right, so look at this. Mugan is here. Good morning, Mugan. Hope you're well. Right, let's have a look here. So for Chris, he's asking about with a 5090 with the NVIDIA app, you can actually force it to run 6x frame gen, which is absolutely insanely nuts. Right, but I'll show you how to do it. If we go down into our graphics options and we select Microsoft Flight Simulator, I don't optimize it through NVIDIA because it can be a dumbass. So we're going to just scroll down here. And where you have the driver settings, you have DLS override model preset. What we're going to do, we're going to flick it on to custom, frame gen, leave it on recommended, and then super resolution is your default setting, right? Don't worry about presets, just the recommended. That's the first thing that we do, all right? Next up then we have the DLSS override, and we change that to fixed and we select 6 times. Now this is like cheating the bejesus out of it, but there are benefits to you, right? So they're the 2 settings that I'm using, Chris, and to show you in the sim, my FPSages, if you look there in the top corner, they're hovering at about 300 FPS. And my settings are quite high, and this is 4K. Now, that's using the likes of a 5090. I mean, you know, that can do... A 58, you can do the same. 5070, right? They'll all do it. The 4000 series won't get up to 6, but they can do 4. And truth be told, I think the 4th gen run a little bit more efficient right now at this moment in time. Do you know? So that's what we do, and that's how we do it. So hopefully that has helped. Have I seen the graphics profile manager from Island Sim Pilot? Yeah, I was looking into it. It's a good idea. It's something that is missing to say, right, if, you know, when you consider something like add-ons linker, and you can have these profiles to say, well, look, I'm only going to fly general aviation. So you can have a profile set that will unload all, you know, airliners and massive airports just to keep the sim running more efficient. Well, Island Sim Pilot he's built something similar, but this is more to do with a graphics profile. So for example, if he wants to fly in an airliner, for example, rather than using something like an auto FPS or you have options inside in the sim to, you know, its own version of auto FPS, he has different graphics profiles that will tweak the components of his hardware or of his PC and various settings by selecting which one he wants. Pretty cool. It is pretty cool. We're seeing a lot of we're seeing a lot of these tools being created. The problem now is there's going to be so much saturation. Which one do you get? You know, with DSSS enabler, you can get up to 6 times with a 30 series card. Oh, can you VirtuSim? Oh wait, now that DLSS, that's going in though and making a change to yeah, there's a bit more work in that. It is possible. Well, that's pretty cool. So 6 time frame gen with a 30 series card. That's massive. That just brings that card up to like the next generation, if you can do that. Pretty cool, right? But anyway, as I said, here we are now on the ground at Augusta Regional, CAGS. And I don't know what it is about this place. We kind of just found it one day and I was like, hey, this is kind of nice, you know? So what we have here, we've loaded into the OnAir Companion. This is their new, still in beta. It's a new kind of overhaul that they're doing to OnAir. And OnAir for me is just, this is the absolute greatest career mode add-on that can expand your flight sim. The depth of this bit of software is massive. And I know a lot of folks are saying that, you know, they're using JetCard. And I've had a look at it. And to be fair, it looks friggin' brilliant as well. It's a lot more simplified. And that might suit a lot of people. But you still can do that sort of flight operation inside OnAir. If you want to be a corporate business pilot, that's the route you pick in OnAir. If you want to be general aviation, if you want to do airliner stuff, if you want to do search and rescue stuff, well, you can do all that as well. You've loads of different options with OnAir. It's a very broad, deep simulation of a career mode, right? And they're constantly working on it. Like, it's almost daily. These guys are just tweaking the system, making it better. And the new UX that we have here, they've broken it down now into these kind of departments. This is the department view. So we can see the fleet and hangar. So this is where we look at our aircraft, modding our aircraft, work orders, aircraft lookup if we want to buy or lease or do any of these sort of things, right? Our staff and HR, well, that's our staff, pilots, ground crew, cabin crew, mechanics, this kind of crack. Operations Center, this is what we're looking at today. Now, I need to double check from Malky because there are jobs already assigned to this airport that I can take on, or I can just do I can just take on a job, go onto the job market and check out to see what's there. Airport network, this is where we can go in and have a look at our FBOs. So we can see that we have our own little ranch at the FBO, or by using the whatchamacallit, by using the virtual airline element, this is where we can take on the work out of CAGS as well. All right, which is pretty cool. So we'll go back into that now in a moment. Airport network industry, company HQ, and training. So training is where we go and learn. Company HQ, they did do a small bit of moving stuff around. Industry is over here as well. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They've added an additional one. Toto 24.95. Good morning to you and the missus. The existing jobs are tailored for the C208. Gotcha. Short 3, good morning. Thank you very much indeed, buddy. Welcome in. My override is grayed out. Can change it on a 4090. So that's Cyrus. That is a NVIDIA profile letter that doesn't seem to be right. You often hear people say use profile K, use profile P. So there's a mix in one of those. You know what I mean? Maybe VirtuSim can help us out on that one. Avra Vulcan, just practicing my Sarajevo approach. There you are now. Brillar says, do you have an AMD or Intel CPU? I use a AMD CPU. It's the Ryzen 7 9800X 3D chip, and it's deadly. 98 or 9900? She's 98 or 99? 9800 X 3D chip. And it's very good. Very, very good. Great bit of sauce in that. And yeah, I really like using it. I tried all of them. Okay, so for this to work, I need to go into our virtual airline. Now, my understanding is I don't think we can enter that using this app, because they haven't brought it in yet. All right, so we shall close that and we'll open the original OnAir, right? OnAir Company. That's the wrong one. No, I pressed the wrong one, friends. On air. There you go. Buy it. So this is the, I don't want to say it's the old app, but it's the existing app that works. I much prefer the new one that they're working on. But yeah, this is this one here works very, very well. I tried the Say Intentions AI hardware advisor thing a few times, but reverted to flights in 2020 default, but dialed back a bit. Auto FPS, you 5070 and an i5 chip. Yeah, so the systems optimizer from Say Intentions, I found that to be very good. Not everyone, I've seen comments, people are saying, nah, it didn't do what I expected it to do. Fair enough. But no, I found it very good, you know? Very, very good. So it can help, but again, it's only suggestions. It's not claiming to be, you know, I'll fix this. It's there to help you understand what's going on. You know what I mean? So we're going to go over to our virtual airline. And we'll see what the crack is in here now. So we're going to be on the ground at Kilo Alpha Golf Sierra. It worked for me. I'm hearing good things about Sim Update 6.2. Ooh. Nice, nice, nice. With Sim Update 6, yeah, like the roadmap for that, I mean, they were talking August, weren't they? Probably be September now. Now, I can go to... Do we have any work orders, Malky? Or do I just look up some jobs? So we have Augusta Regional, Fort Lauderdale, and West Chester, right? So we do have operations up and running at these airports, which is good to see. So if I go into... Let me see. If 2024 ever made a career mode online, it would be bye-bye on air, methinks. It really won't, Homewrecker. It really won't. Because 2024 have a career mode, but nowhere near the depth of this. Plus, you can build stuff in this. You know, you can build your own FBO, you can build an airport. It'll inject that scenery into the sim. When you do any of the search and rescue missions, it injects scenery into the sim, right? And also you have this virtual airline that you can either fly for yourself or others can fly with you. The fact that you can buy, lease, and share aircraft, there's maintenance, there's consequence. You know what I mean? So, like, what OnAir have here? I mean, you could say the same if Microsoft Flight Sim, you know, did a decent online multiplayer experience. That'd be by VATSIM. No, never, ever, 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 never in a million years. It's just not going to happen. You know. So, while there are. I mean, this is great for Microsoft to be looking at something like OnAir and say, Jesus, that's a great idea, right? But I just don't see them being able to add all of this in. There's always going to be room for the third-party developers. Always. It's the same with aircraft. You know, you can say, you know, if Asobo made more and better aircraft or detailed aircraft, that's the end of the third-party market. Do you know what I mean? I just think there's far too much scope outside of what the default platforms offer. Plus the fact OnAir works with both 2020, 2024 and X-Plane and P3D, you know? So there's a lot of options there. In an ideal world, I think when it comes to the user, in an ideal world, you would have everything you needed under one single package. Everything. The whole lot, lads. But we don't. Especially as PC players, you'll never have that. So it's the ability to have add-ons and mods and all this, you know. But yeah. Where is this now? I do though with Asobo and Laminar made a totally top-end study level 172. There you go. There you go. Right, so I have to do a check ride. So let me see. If I go to a virtual airline, hang on. If I go to work orders, now where? Okay, we don't have one yet, right? That's fine. So I'd have to look at the job market. I'm so used to using the other app now, I'm a little bit out of control here. Pending jobs, find a new job. Industries, freelance, virtual airline, my aircraft. So we need to do a bit of a flight here. So here's the Grand Caravan, right? Now I can say, what's this now? Prepare for the flight, manage. This is going to ask me to do a check ride. Now this is business. What's this for now? Grand Caravan. Where can I do the check ride? Come back here now. Uniform Goose. Good morning, Goose. Hope you're well, buddy. Hope you're well. We're going to manage. Check ride is grayed out, Malky. Why is that now? Oh. Swap this aircraft. She's low on fuel, begob. We'll have to watch that. Create a work order. Right, hang on now. We want to find a job. It might trigger it that way, wouldn't it? Business. Let us find a new job. So we're going to say airport is going to be CAGS. And we could do packs and cargo. Back out to the dashboard. There's a check on the button on the bottom left. Aha. You lack the certificate from flight. Okay, grand. Minimum fuel to do. Current fuel. Oh, jeez, we're to buying fuel. Yeah, go on. Okay. Murph is not at CAGS. Do. Why am I not at CAGS? Let's see now. I am at CAGS. Where does it say where my location is? Let's have a look. That's airports, all status. Idle. Grand Caravan. That's where I want to be. So why does it say Murphy's not there? OnAir is extremely in-depth, almost too much so. That's why they're working on it. They're trying to make it a little bit easier to follow. Because what started off was fairly easy to follow. It's grown so much. It's grown so much. Do you know what I mean? Why can't I move to there now? It says Murph is not at CAGS. Of course I'm at CAGS. Murph is not at CAGS. How do we do this now? Hire employees, databases. No. Work orders, aircraft, FBOs. Completed jobs, cash flow. No. Live operations map. So it thinks I'm down here. Is that right? Operations tab for crash logistics. It's wrong. Dashboard. Crash logistics. Dashboard. Connected to the simulator. Can I not just do a quick button to say this is where I'm at? It says I'm over here. Okay, so we need to transfer our we need to transfer ourselves to here. Right. Let's see here now. World, mailbox partnerships, airport and base camps, FBOs. Let's have a look. Mr. TPHI, very good morning to you. Hope you're well. Might be the on-air won't let you teleport. It should. Mr. TPHI, hope you're well, buddy. Hope you're well. Okay, so manage Murph. Transport to CAGS. Start. Transportation will cost 3.5. You go on. Transported to status CAGS. How long will this take? It says I'm idling. Right. Don't know how I made that mistake. I can hear now. Dashboard. Did it update? Murph is not available. He's idle. Manage Murph. Yeah, we tried for years. Okay, he's now idle. Well, how do we unidle him? Idle hands, Murphy. Status. Right. Doing good, getting ready for work, and we're completely blanketed in wildfire smoke. Oh no! Jesus. Take it fierce handy. Okay, so it says I'm idle. Idling, yes. Right. Try the check ride from the crash one. Yeah, but... Oh, wait. Is that where it's getting confused? That's where it's getting confused. Yeah, okay. Right, that makes total sense. So I need to set this up first. Right, okay. The pilot needs to be qualified before we push him on. But yeah, okay, that makes sense. Right, get the check ride. So what we need to do here, we're going to fly around Augusta. Position the aircraft. Now, that's all okay. So this is basically us doing a check ride in order to be able to operate this aircraft. We're going to start the check ride. This might change the time of day slightly, because OnAir locks all this in.
Taxi to the runway and take off.
Okay, so OnAir is now telling us what to do, and it's going to be tracking us on the flight, and we need to make sure that we pass this. Right, I was a little bit lost, but now I am found. So what we're going to do, this check ride is just a familiarity flight with the aircraft, so we'll just fly around for a little bit, then we'll come back and we'll land. OnAir will then say, right, you are proficient with the aircraft, and now you can start taking on work. So... it's not necessarily specific to each aircraft. It tends to be an aircraft class, single engine turboprop, which I think this one is, right? As opposed to single engine prop, which would be like a Cessna 172 or something, right? So we're going to get this aircraft into action. So let's have a look here now in the sim. A couple of things. All the settings here are looking good. These are the avionics we're using. Payload. That's already been loaded up now with OnAir. Not exactly massive, but enough to do what we need to do. We're going to remove the external stuff. Checking the engine. That's all looking good. Battery. It's warm as balls in here, so we'll have to check all that. So we shall close the tablet. Where does the tablet go? Down here, isn't it? Oh, there. Right. So with the aircraft, we will open the inertial separator. We don't need to worry about landing gear. It's fixed in this aircraft. Power to idle. Prop full forward. Up to our overhead, we're going to turn on our fuel tanks. Lovely. Oxygen we're not going to need. And from here, it's going to be our nav light. We're going to get our battery turned on. Let all this start warming up for us, right? I'll get some lights on inside here as well. A little bit murky this morning. Now, I wonder, can we link this in with, say, intentions to make it even more interesting? This will really confuse things. Death's Angel, that is correct. Yes, absolutely correct. Murphy's not that far in career with OnAir, so he's not earning as much. Correct. That's why I've kept the career very, very basic. I focus a lot on just getting to grips with what OnAir is. Now I want to start going into that career side, building up the pilot, but also now start building up the company, because Malky's doing great work, you know. Now we do have let's see here now, 11811 dispatch, good morning, November 235 Romeo Mike. See if this works, because this is able to talk with OnAir, right? It may or may not work. We continue on.
Advise intentions or request.
So we are going to be doing a check ride flight in the C208 Grand Caravan. We're on the ground at Kilo Alpha Golf Sierra with our OnAir check ride. Avionics bus 1 coming on, standby battery coming on, fuel boosters.
Taxi to the runway and take off.
Thank you, OnAir. So that's all looking good here.
Copy check ride flight at Augusta. No company restrictions noted. Advise destination and planned route for release summary if needed.
Roger, Wilco, 5 runway Mike, thanks. So, using say intentions, it can integrate with OnAir as well. So if you're doing a mission with OnAir, you can talk to the dispatch controller, and then all of that travels through everything. It's pretty cool. It's very, very immersive when it's set up. I just wanted to make sure that was working, you know?
Temperature 23, dew point 23. Altimeter 3001. Density altitude 1000 feet.
3001.
Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Low visibility operations in effect. Advise on initial contact. You have information Quebec.
Right, information Quebec. Right, we leave that off because it's kind of marginal VFR here. I don't have an IFR flight plan, so we'll not worry about that for the moment. Fuel booster. On. And now we'll engage the starter, and let's see what this PT6 will do. ATC is say intentions. How do the flight plans work? So OnAir can generate them automatically and export them into SimBrief and vice versa. Alrighty, fuel in.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
IGT is rising. Looks like we're going to peak at about 690. And 1. We're above 50%. Starter disengage. Generator, give it a quick reset. Okay, lights are looking good. Avionics are now fully up and running. Our squawk machine, we're going to set it to 1200. That's fine. We'll go 3,000 feet. What else do we want to do here now? Taxi light coming on. That's all looking good. Pitot heat, probably don't need it. We'll double check the temperature outside. We definitely don't need our pitot heat. It's like 30 degrees, right? We'll see what the crack is. Now, let me see. What else have I to do here? Let's look at the map. We'll look at terrain. Although then again, I have terrain on 2 screens, but that's okay. 32 degrees inside. It's hot as balls in here, so we're going to get our vent open. We'll get our AC on here as well. Now, if we have a look on the aircraft, that AC motor won't actually start until we go into high idle.
Runway and take off.
See the way that AC compressor is turned off? So if we go into high idle, we now have AC running. So we just need to be careful with our power settings when we do this, right? So active runway, according to the ATIS, what was it? One 32750. Why is my squawk in test mode? There we go. Where if you failed the test flight and not knowing the runway you're taking off from?
Altimeter 3001. Density altitude
35 and 26.
Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested.
Hello. Okay, we're going to come off the brakes. Taxi light is on. Temperature starting to come down inside in the cabin. And we'll start rambling over. Easy now. Excited for this. Excited for this. Yeah, man, I mean, there's so much going on with OnAir. In terms of what you can do, in terms of the types of flights you can do, freaking absolutely insane. Like, there's so much to it. But they're focused now. They're trying to simplify everything for people because I think they realise they've created a bit of a monster. Because there's so many things you can do. Do you know? All right, all the lights are on. We're gonna head down for runway 35. Passing runway 8. All is well. Creo, a very good morning. Net Tripper, no, it doesn't use FADEC, so you have to manage all of this yourself. Your prop, your condition lever, and your torque. So yeah, there's a fair bit to it, lads. But I love it, man. It's another way in which you can expand on your flight sim experience, you know. Beautiful, beautiful airplane, isn't it?
Taxi to the runway and take off.
So OnAir is telling us what it expects. So it's telling you, hey, get up, taxi up to the runway and do your business. Now, before we get onto the runway, I'm going to turn off the AC. Landing lights are on. Approach looks clear. Departure looks clear. We'll go for a notch of flaps. Sergeant Jerry Boyle. Good morning to you, Jerry. Happy Thursday, bud. Hope all is well. Alrighty, so we're on runway 35. And let's just hold station here for the moment. So we're going to say for our autopilot we want heading. We're going to climb up to 3,000 feet.
3-5 remaining.
Weather radar on.
7,800 feet.
We're going to arm that. Flight director is... Never mind. How do I... Barrow is okay. Right, there's the autopilot. Turn it off in a minute. Heading. Heading will be set to runway heading. That's okay. So we can use all this once we get airborne. Right, are we ready, friends? Power coming in. Accelerate the torque. Don't let it exceed its takeoff point. There's our takeoff power set. Release the brakes. And we're rolling. Temps and pressures are in the green. Airspeed live 60. 70. We're getting light now. 80 knots. Oopsie daisy.
Airborne runway heading.
Gorgeous. Alright, continue to climb. We're past a couple of hundred feet. Let's bring those flaps in. That's going to make the nose drop. So we're going to add a bit of trim and just trim out the resistance of our hardware here. Alright, so we're flying runway heading here at the moment.
Left, heading 260, climb to 5,000 feet.
Okay. So we're going to go autopilot heading. We're going to call this one now 5,000 feet. We're going to go heading left 260. Move the dial left. Engage heading. And bring this guy over to 260. There's 27. And there's 26. And 5,000 feet is the requirement. So OnAir is now telling us what to do. Alright? So we'll keep an eye. The instructions. Continue to heading 260, altitude 5,000 feet. Okay. Here's our left heading 260. And the aircraft is climbing at a rate of about 1,400 feet a minute. Now the good news is, this kind of very low misty cloud layer, we're going to get above that now in a moment. And it will look gorgeous. Look at that, man. This is beautiful. Weather doesn't seem to be a thing at the moment. However, we'll bring our radar up a bit. Our radar pod is up on the right hand side. That's a radar pod. Little radar unit in that's doing a full scan. It can go vertical or horizontal. There's nothing major there we need to worry about. So we're on a heading of 260 degrees. We need to climb up to 5,000 feet. Power and everything is looking good so far. We might just bring that RPM back a little bit. Maybe call it 1900. Gently does it. Watch our torque rise on the other side. ITT, we're right in the limit. So we're going to ease back off the torque slightly. Watch our airspeed as we do this. And we're looking okay so far.
Continue to heading 260, altitude 5,000 feet.
Okay. Your clouds are more impressive than on my rig. Is this default? It's just default. Is the sim showing the smoke from the forests in northern Ontario? I'm not sure. Airlog, that's a great question actually. I have been able to simulate it before, as in kind of, it was reading as different cloud layers, like kind of mist. Smoke, not so much. Like the view I had yesterday, yeah, you were through the clouds, Jerry. Amazing photograph. Absolutely amazing. Okay, so all these beeps you're hearing, this is OnAir tracking our movements with our flight. And if we mess up here, we've got to do it again. There's our altitude alert. That's 1,000 feet to go. That's why we're hearing the beeps. So we're still climbing. Temps and pressures are all okay. ITT is what we were looking at. We're kind of on the limit here. I'm a little bit concerned about that. So we're going to have to ease off this power again, because we're running her very, very hot. And we might have to shallow out this climb here as well, but we'll see. Also got our AC back on. Well, it's 11 degrees inside the cabin.
5,000 feet and heading 260 for a couple of minutes.
Okay. Here's 5,000 feet coming in. We can now ease off the power, because I'm just a little bit worried we're limited by our ITT. So let's say torque is 1,500 or just below. That looks a little bit better. The ITT is fine, Murph. It's just when you're right up here, I mean, we can go up to here, right? That's like, don't pass friggin' 810 or so. But I want to keep it in the green. Again, this is going to be like, with OnAir, I know we've only leased this aircraft, but like, when you own your own aircraft, every little decision has consequence. If you damage the airframe, if you're running it excessively hot, if you do a hard landing, all of these things from your own perspective, you want to be considering that there's no real damage happening. You know what I mean?
We will now start a slow turn exercise. Reduce your speed to 70 knots or less and maintain your altitude. Use your flaps if necessary. Please maintain 70 knots or less.
Okay. She wants us all the way down to 70 knots. Now, we're kind of cheating with the autopilot, but I don't really mind. Now, 70 knots is going to be quite slow for this machine. And as you'll notice, the aircraft has to counter that by increasing its angle of attack. So speed is still coming down, slowly. She wants us in here. Now, you'll notice we're in flaps range, and, you know, we can still fly at 70 knots. .740 in continuous, 765 in the climb is fine. Roger. Carrot, good to see you, bud.
Maintain 70 knots or less.
Yeah, it's a great machine, isn't it? Alright, that speed is still coming down. Just make sure we don't kick it into beta. There's 90. .85. Another little way to go yet. 80 knots. Come down to 75. Slowly. Okay, what's your power setting?
Please maintain 70 knots or less.
Okay. Look at our angle of attack, man. That's gas. Look, airplane completely like this. Alex McCardle, good morning. .72 knots. Let's go for knots of flaps here.
Now, maintain this speed at 5,000 feet and make a 360 standard turn to the right.
Okay, I want a 360 standard turn to the right. This is 260 degrees. Let's start a right turn. What it means by a standard turn is usually
Continue the right turn until heading 270.
Okay, she wants us at 270. Watching our speed here as well. I'm totally cheating by using the autopilot, but you can do these things, you know what I mean? Watch the stall warning. Power. Didn't like that, sure didn't.
Go to heading 270. Maintain 70 knots or less.
Is it a little bit slow for this aircraft? Maybe. Second notch of flaps, that'll allow us to just be in the air a little bit slower. 67, 68 knots. Easy now. We're slightly above 70. Let's speed down a bit. There we go.
Resume to normal speed.
Alright, back to
Turn
normal
right,
speed.
Heading 340. Descend to 4,500 feet.
Okay, right turn 340 degrees. And we need to descend now to 4,500 feet. If I know, how do we use V-speed? Huh. Here we go. Alright, start bringing the flaps in. We're going to descend down to 4,500 feet. Heading is 33, 34, 35, 36. 33. Small bit of gyro drift. Want to counter that. 500 feet a minute. We can probably go a little bit more. Call it 800 feet a minute. Flaps fully in. Speed is regained back up to about 120. Temps and pressures up here looking good. Let's see what happens. You did it in the Kodiak by hand,
Now,
yeah.
Maintain 4,500 feet and heading 340 for a couple of minutes.
Okay. 340, there's 4.5. That'll ease back our speed just a little bit as well. Keep us very comfortable. Beautiful views here this morning, isn't it? V-speed's the thing below the torque dial. Yeah, but there's no, we have to do it from over here, like. It's grand, it's grand. We kept the inertial separator open, but sure, we got loads of cloud and all this jazz, so. Altitude is good. 340 is locked in. Yeah, we're good. That's just an enunciator, yeah.
Now, return and land at your departure airport with an appropriate IFR or VFR approach.
Okay, return and land at your departure airport with an appropriate IFR or VFR approach. We'll go VFR, even though she's kind of marginal, right? So we're going to put in waypoint CAGs. Set course 1011, alright. So let's go nav here, get the aircraft turned. Now we used, what did we use? We used runway 35, so that's what we're going to do. So we'll approach the aircraft with the airport from the east, or from the west side, and we'll then plan for runway 35. At this stage, we can also go back to our altitude. It's currently set to 4,500 feet. We're going to drop her down to about 2,000 feet. That's going to be armed. And we'll be planning to reduce it around 500 feet a minute. Right. Captain Iceland there. Good to see you, buddy. No, this is the Black Square Caravan. It is really, really good. Hermit something, good morning, buddy. So the reason why we have to do a check ride, we're on air, we want to take on work, right? We want to get paid. So what we need to do a check ride on this type of aircraft. And then after that, there's no more, you must do this, you must do that. You just fly it, man. That's it. You know what I mean? You're able to watch along on the ops map with On Air. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, man, that's pretty awesome. Like, we can look at it here as well. No, we can't look on that one. Handy now, Murph. You'll break that. We can look on this one. So here's our instructions. again, this is using the older app, so, you know, return to the airport now, that's grand. Flight data, here's all our information. See how it's tracking all of our flight events. Now, we actually got 2 red warnings because the aircraft stall warning whistled. Now, I wouldn't say that was a stall. The aircraft didn't stall. That was just a stall warning. The stall warning horn is designed to kind of trigger a couple of knots above stall speed. We didn't actually stall, but hey ho. Now, will that be a pass or a fail on this check ride? We'll have to find out, won't we? We'll have to find out. So right now, heading back towards our airport, we have a very kind of a slow, sneaky descent here as we're breaking down into this cloud layer. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if we actually pass this. I think you need like 70% or more. We'll see though. Average is looking good, our speed is good, we're descending nicely, lights are on. I'm also going to recenter my heading bug because this is going to just position us to pretty much the middle of that airport, right? We want to fly down to one side of it. So we'll now transition to heading mode. And we'll continue straight on for the minute as we descend. We've set 2,500 feet, or 2,000 feet. So we're going to continue to descend here nice and easy as we make our way back. D White, good to see you, bud. All quiet on the Western Front, doing some on-air ops here this morning with this beautiful machine. Isn't it only gorgeous? I love the Caravan, man. And as I said, these are a big airplane. Big airplane. Thousand feet to go. So this neck of the woods, Augusta Regional, and the whole region of Augusta, right? Georgia, as you can imagine, is friggin' massive. Atlanta is way off to our west. We're not too far from Dublin, in Georgia, right? Okando, he's out this neck of the woods. Also Currahee, Kamtakoa, that's out this neck of the woods as well. For anyone who likes, if you like watching Band of Brothers or follow on with the 101st. Excuse me, what scenery for CAGs? Just default, Malky. And what makes this pretty interesting as well, you can utilize this with X-Plane as well, if you wanted to, you know. It's pretty cool, man. So, altitude is coming down. We're going to wait till we're at around 2,000 feet. We are approaching the airport, and we'll be doing a course correction here shortly. That is superb looking, lads, isn't it? It is absolutely gorgeous now, so it is. Bit of tunes this morning as we check it all out. Beautiful. It's not as strict as that home record, but like if you make a complete and utter balls of it, yeah, it'll ask you to redo it. Sir Beaky, good morning. Hope you're well. There's a freeware one? Oh, nice, Malky. Yeah, I'll check it out, bud. So we're about to level off at 2,000 feet. We're now approaching the airport. We've got some people's flying. When we head back to the airport, we'll catch you guys up because we're going to go off and do our first flight, our first job. The simulated life of a simulated pilot. I mean, this is what it's all about, isn't it? You're out soaking up the sun rays here in Ackle. You can't beat it. Nice. Alrighty, so we're approaching the airfield. Although we can't see a shagging thing, we could go for an instrument approach, but I'm confident these clouds are going to start breaking. Return to the airport. It is the right airport. Thanks for sharing. So we're going to do a bit of a right turn here. There's that cloud layer starting to break away. Double check that our barrow is set correctly. So we should have the airport way over there on the left hand side. Yep, there's the lads. Man, look at that for a beautiful, beautiful morning. Stunning, isn't it? Bit of cloud coverage here as well. That's what we want. Why is the barrow so important? So your barometric altitude is vital when it comes to ATC, and it shifts, it changes, right? You can, in Europe, we would have transition levels, which fluctuate. In America, it's standard barrow pressure above 18,000 feet. Below 18,000, you got to go with the local barrow settings, and it's air pressure depicting what that level is. It's either high pressure or low pressure, and that's what gives you an accurate altitude report. Height over the ground is one thing, but because the air density is different, the higher you go, that changes what your true altitude is. You know, so you could, for example, be set to, you know, ground level. And then, you know, looking at a chart, okay, I need 1,400 feet, but the altitude read is going to be different depending on the barometric pressure. So even though your aircraft can say, yeah, I'm at 4,000 feet, you may not be, right? So these are all things to consider. Yeah, it's a very cool, interesting thing. Understanding them and how the different layers work. Also, all maps show you what altitude your airport is, so it's critical to have the correct instrument setting correct. So, you know, when I flew in the real world, right, what I would do, if you have two altimeters, a lot of training aircraft, especially 172 that I flew in had, I would always set my main altimeter to barrow pressure and my second altimeter to ground altitude. Actual, this is now, I'm on the ground, this is where zero lives. Just something I did. Oz Flight Simmer, 50 months, Shane. Thank you very much. Really enjoyed your short form video, giving us behind the scenes look for a man who was just recovering from man flu. Really enjoyed it, bud. Great to see the behind the scenes as he lifted back the curtain. So what we're going to do here, autopilot off, and we're going to circle around for a landing on runway 35. The best of both worlds are two altimeters. Yeah. It's not like a requirement, it's just for situational awareness. I always found that handy. Especially when you're flying under 1,000 feet. I looked great, didn't I? I just returned from the spa. It was brilliant. Oz Flight Simmer, I mean, it literally took years off you. It's good to see you, mate. Alright, we're on a left base here. There are a number of visual reference points around Augusta Regional. There's a big massive paper mill, we got the rivers, we have downtown, there's quite a bit to keep an eye on. So we, final turn here, we're turning on to final, runway 35, we're going to come down through the clouds, altitude is looking good. And we'll just send this one in nice and easy. Yeah, airliners tend to have 3 altimeters, yep. You got that kind of wrong. You got that completely wrong. We're very high. Let's do.
Approaching runway 35. Caution, caution.
Yes, we're way too high, so we'll do a left 360 as we continue to drop altitude. How did I get that one so wrong? Jesus. No point even attempting to do that, because we'd land at the end of the runway, and that would be bad. There's no other air traffic as a concern here, so This check ride now could go out the window. We'll have to find out. Sure, we'll see what happens. Descending nicely, coming down to about 1,000 feet. We're over the forested area. And I was talking, that's what it was, yeah. Murphy was talking absolute yite. That is why he overshot and was also too high. The investigation into the flight came to the conclusion Murphy's a muppet and shouldn't be allowed to fly. More breaking news at the top of the hour.
It's not the plane.
Yes,
Pilot.
absolutely. In this case, it's the pilot. Thank you, Naughty Gnome. Yes, your contributions, as always, are great. So I like to call this one the "Oh Jesus" approach procedure. It's on the charts. Right. Watch your speed now. Keep her turning. It's going to be a left turn.
Runway 8. Caution, caution.
We don't want runway 8. We want 3-5. Second notch of flaps. Watch our power settings. And we just fly this one straight in. I mean, that could have been hilarious, couldn't it? Bloody hell. We do have photogrammetry here, which is nice as well. Okay, make sure our prop is full. 80 knots coming in. There's very little wind here, hence we have all the mist.
5. Caution, caution.
We're getting a caution because Say Intentions doesn't think we're fully configured for landing, but in this case we are. I don't need the extra notch of flaps. Get ourselves down here. Over the threshold. There's the threshold. There's a touchdown zone. Power to idle. Hold the nose. Lead off some speed. Gently does it. Try not to float. And there's a gentle touch.
Shut down the engine.
Intubate it. There's a nice decel.
3, 5 remaining.
Jesus.
A little manual braking.
600 feet.
And take this one fierce handy. We'll exit here to the left hand side. In a box, man. Good morning. Energizer, good to see you, bud. Hope you're well. Right, what's your taxi speed? So it just wants us now to park and then shut down the aircraft. So we'll see how this one goes. We'll kind of go left here. Great to see other people with us this morning, lads. Always a pleasure to be flying with you. Especially on a Thursday. It's some crack, isn't it? Because we know we should be doing something else. That looks like a midlife Rex coming in, look. I bet you that's Rex. Man, Rex! Jesus, Rex, don't hit me. Whatever you do, don't hit me. You're right, we'll pull in here now and we shall shut down the aircraft. Because that's what OnAir wants us to do. Alrighty. That'll do. Park and brake set. And we'll go ahead and get some lights off here now as well. So avionics 2 coming off. Transponder will be set to standby. Enter. Well, the radar is already off now. Avionics 2, that's all grand. Prop coming back.
Engine off time logged. The flight is finished. It has been monitored by OnAir.
Excellent news. Right. Roger, coming off. Your check ride has been monitored. All times are read from. We got a couple of bonuses on that one. Check ride exercise results. We got green ticks for all of these. So that is a successful check ride with the aircraft, right? So we're going to say, we can look at the flight record. This is where it showed us where we went a little bit wrong. In particular, our turn, we entered a stall warning. So we can see where we lost points here. Look, entire flight, we have them warnings when we hit a stall. And we can zoom in to see, well, what happened? Well, you're at 5,000 feet, right? Your airspeed was 72 knots. So there was a slight bit of a OB-Janey then. So we just want to watch that. So we're going to click OK. Your check ride is being completed, right? Now, if I do this right, if we go to a virtual airline, then hopefully we should be able to do a flight on this. Jerry, good to see you, bud. Yes, Oshkosh is starting in a few days. Have I done the Fisk Arrival? Did a couple of years ago. I think next year we'll probably plan more for Oshkosh. This year, there was too much on. I didn't have time to get around to it. But yeah, it's Osh is freaking brilliant, man. Brilliant. Right, so I don't want to do the jet ride. I want to have a look here now for some jobs. So if I look for, let me think, charter jobs. So there's a job here. That's Jesus. And they do give us a considerable amount of dosh, but look at it, that's like 600 miles. We don't have time for that. So FBO queries, Augusta Regional, no jobs with the current criteria. Why is that now? Logistics Center, Airport, CAGs. Silly question. Were you not classed as a go-around due to the approach? Oh yeah, 100%. That would have been a go-around. 100%. So let's query what jobs are available here at Augusta. Distance. 106 miles. Fictional reactive flammable solid demonstrator. Cargo 451. I wonder, can I carry that in this machine? I imagine I can. So here's the job. We should be allowed to do it. This will pay us 10.5 grand nearly. Actions. Check FBO services and availability. FBO services. Okay, why can't I take that one on? I don't see the option to take it on. You have a better paying job for me, Malky. Okay. Is it a short-ish route? It is. Let's see. 120 miles? Yeah, that'll do. What way will you do that then? Well, that'll be a pending job, will it? Okay, so we now have CAGs. Department of Defense Civilian Program Manager to go to Fort Gordon. Let's go and have a look. So CAGs over to KPDK. Assign to. Now, if I assign this to me. Well, that's interesting. Do I assign it to Crash Logistics or do I just take on the job? Interesting. Search for jobs, assign departure or start the flight. I'm going to start the flight. Yes, we're going to go with that. Max payload. Yeah. All right. The pilot is going to be... that's interesting. Oh, you've already assigned it to me. Okay. Cannot start a flight from the VA manager mode. So do I go back into Crash Logistics for this? Because I don't think we can do it from in here. Yeah, okay. So back into Crash Logistics. And if we now go to... Where, is it a work order? No. My company dashboard. Let's have a look. So if we look at business pending, wouldn't that be it? Yes. Right. Where is she? Distance 120. That looks like it. You want to fly this? Yep. So let me see. Cargo, passengers are fully loaded. Let's have a look here now. Company passenger seats. Pilot is Murph. That's what we want. We need to head over to K. What was the destination? One. KPDK. KPDK. KPDK Murphy. Here we go. Aircraft sim brief import or sim brief dispatch. Aircraft type C208. Right, over to sim brief. Take the job as the VA and fly as cash. You can do that either. Yes. Okay, into sim brief. So we'll put in crash for the crack. Although we could change this to we can change this to Firefly Air 235, Cessna 208, an hour 20. Generate the flight. We're going to pre-file this with say intentions. The flight plan has been sent. Lovely. So we'll park you over here for the moment. Wait and balance. Validate our fuel. Import the route. Import SimBrief data. Validate. UTC offset. We're going to leave it as it is. We're going to click fly now. This is terribly, terribly, terribly exciting. So here's our flight. Here's our cargo. Everything's loaded. Position of the aircraft is good to go. And we're going to click on start tracking. Excellent. Import the files from SimBrief. It's going to be that from CAGs to KPDK. That's all looking good. We're going to put you to one side. And we're going to go over to say intentions. And let's turn this on. I want to test all this is working as well. Okay. Dispatch, good morning. Just to confirm, can you tell me the details of our current job? Need to get up the car from the mechanic. Oh no! Now I don't know, will this work? It might work.
No flight plan or job details on file for this leg. Say destination if known.
Try the other frequency. Good morning, dispatch. Can you confirm the details of today's flight? That's having a laugh.
No flight plan or destination on file. Say destination if known.
Okay, why is that now? Because that should have transferred over, shouldn't it? Let's see here now. On air. Yeah, that's interesting. Right, don't worry about that. Aegis.
On course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information Sierra.
Information Sierra.
Augusta Regional at Bushfield.
Alright, so we're going to prep the aircraft for engine start up. Fuel quantity left and right is okay. 30 degrees inside the cabin, want to watch for that. We do have some lights on. Inertial separator is open. Booster is coming on. And we can give this machine a start up here on the ramp. Lorky, good to see you. Jack Aviation, good morning. Alright, so let's go for a start in this machine. We do have residual temperature, so we want to watch for that.
Clear VFR to Peachtree and VFR at or below 1000 departure 119.15 squawk 2727 expectation runway 26 Foxtrot in Bravo 5512.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
Alright, fuel coming in. ITT peaked at 690. NG is continuing to rise. Up over 50%. That's a good engine start. Starter off. Fuel normal. Reset the gens. Avionics 2 coming online. Let's go high idle. Get that air conditioning unit turned on. Keep the taxi light off for the moment. And let's double check the ATIS once again.
Altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information Sierra.
Information Sierra. Okay, over to clearance 118.65. 118.65. Augusta, good morning. Firefly 235, Cessna Grand Caravan. We're over at the General Aviation parking. Information Sierra on board. Request IF4 clearance to Kilo Papa Delta Kilo. Idle cut off. Good to see you, bud. Let's see what happens. Avionics 2 is on.
Fife Romeo Mike, cleared to decall Peachtree. Radar vectors Lukey, then as filed. Climb and maintain 8,000. Expect 8,010 minutes after departure. Departure on 119.15. Squawk 6431. Expect runway 35.
We are cleared to Peachtree. Radar vectors then Lukey, and as filed. Climb maintain 8,000 feet. Expect 8,010 minutes, 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 119.15. Squawk 6431. We'll expect runway 35 for November 235 Romeo Mike. I forgot me call sign. Nights. Grand.
Fife Romeo Mike, read that correct. Ground is on 121.9er. Safe flight, sir.
Roger, we'll shout ground on 121.9er for November 235 Romeo Mike. Have a good day. Alright, 121.9er, let's import the flight from SimBrief. Sim Captain Mikey, good morning. C4 man, welcome in. Okay, flight plan is in. Ground, good morning. November 235 Romeo Mike. We're Grand Caravan over at GA parking. Request taxi runway 35. Alright.
Fife Romeo Mike, runway 35 taxi via Echo, hold short of runway 8.
Taxi runway 35 via Echo, hold short runway 08 for November 235 Romeo Mike. Alright. Are we ready, sports fans? Off the brakes. Brakes off. Temperature in the cabin is now looking good. We'll ease off air conditioning. And we're going to taxi onto Echo. You're going to miss the Stone Mountain, Murph. Oh, Jesus. Stone Mountain, you say? Sounds nice. So they're going to be giving us radar vectors, which is ideal. Is it now?
Fife Romeo Mike, cross runway 8, then continue taxi via Foxtrot.
Roger, cross runway 08, continue taxi via Foxtrot for 5 Romeo Mike. It's a marble mountain. Now an adventure site, sort of. No way! Alright, you're crossing 08. Right and left are clear. Continue. So OnAir has looked after the loading of the aircraft, passengers, all that kind of jazz, and we've integrated this all now with, say, intentions.
Good morning, Fox India Bravo 5512 with Sierra on board. Requesting taxi to runway 35. Fox India Bravo 5512.
It's cool when all this stuff works together, lads. My mind is be blown. I think it's just class. Malky, what was the pay for this job? I forgot.
Taxi via Echo, hold short runway 8. Fox India Bravo 5512.
Easy now. I was also mentioning last night.
Romeo Mike, contact tower on 118.7. Take care.
Over to tower 118.7, 5 Romeo Mike. Have a good day. I was also mentioning yesterday that Say Intentions are working on their own GSX integration. It looks absolutely insane. Augusta Tower, November 235 Romeo Mike, holding short runway 35, ready to go. Hey Belbro, good to see you, buddy. Welcome in.
November 235 Romeo Mike, Augusta Tower, runway 35, winds calm, fly runway heading, clear for takeoff.
Fly runway heading, clear for takeoff. November 235 Romeo Mike on runway 35. Hi Murph, you got that all wrong, you big idiot. Flaps. Get our heading synced. Easy, easy. Okay. Walking, talking, soon to be squawking. Let's go flying. Power coming in.
On runway 35 remaining.
There's our takeoff power set.
700 feet.
Airspeed live.
Clear for takeoff. 5512.
Easy now. You're 60 knots. 70. 80. Yepsy daisy.
Airborne time log.
Yes! Okay, fly the runway heading, you muppet. Easy now. Flaps in. Get ourselves a little bit of a climb. We can go to about 1,000 feet a minute here. Temps and pressures are all okay. So let's go to me. Autopilot. Heading. Altitude climbing at 1,000 feet a minute. Thank you. Alright. After takeoff, power settings good. And we're good. Beautiful. Just under 45k. Oh, Jesus, then. Nothing wrong with that, I can tell you. Okay, so it's radar vectors, so let's see what they're going to give us as we're now departing. We're flying the runway heading. St. Townsend's are going to horse us over to the left. So we'll expect a left-hand turn.
Romeo Mike, contact Augusta departure on 119.15.
Over to departure 119.15 for 5 Romeo Mike. Have a good day. Departure, very good morning. November 235 Romeo Mike, passing altitude 1,500 for 8,000 on a 350 heading. 2/3 to the airline, the balance to me.
235 Romeo Mike, Augusta departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 8,000, turn left heading 275, direct Lukey when able, then on navigation.
Climb maintain 8,000, left heading 275, direct Lukey for November 235 Romeo Mike. Left heading 275. We want a direct Lukey when able. Direct Lukey. Good. Nav. And we're direct Lukey. Excellent day. Alright, how are we looking with power? A little bit more in. There we go. That's good. Alright. We're looking good. We're looking very good. We're now on our way. ETA of about 50 odd minutes. That'll change as we get closer.
Departure, good morning. Foxtrot India Bravo 5512 at 3000. With you.
We're looking good. Fuel balance already wonky.
Climb and maintain on 1,000. Foxtrot India Bravo 5512.
Bit of rudder trim required. Bit more rudder trim required. Deliver. Alright, so let's this fuel, we're not a million miles off, to be fair, Mankey or Malky. We're not a million miles off. We'll see how it goes. We can always shut down one of those tanks and then play that one by ear. Everything so far is looking good. Temps and pressures acceptable. Engine 100%. That inertial separator is still open. We can probably close that now as we continue to climb. Once we get to about 5,000 feet or so, and we get rid of those clouds, you know? Caravan minigame, what's my fuel balance like? Yeah, isn't it mad? Isn't it mad? But yeah, we're looking good, lads. We're looking good. All is well in the realm. Thousand feet a minute. We're climbing up to 8,000 feet. We are direct to Lukey. And then it's over to Peachtree. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what sort of an approach they'll give us. We shall see. We're all having the crack. So all is well. Off to work again. Belbro, have a good day in work. Would you get punished for using sim rate at cruise altitude? No, you have options in which you can use it. Now, say intentions might struggle if you're using sim rate. On air won't care, you know, but there are settings for it. Do you know? Alright, now we're going to go with inertial separator. Keep an eye on our torque as we do this, right? So if I ease off the torque just a little bit, roughly there, keep your eye on the torque now when I disengage the inertial separator, look. See it shooting back up? Because way more air is able to get into that engine, so the torque tightens up. So far so good though. Coming up on 6,000 feet. 46 minutes away. Absolutely stunning outside, isn't it? Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Good morning, Viper Strike. Hope all is well. Roland Stone is here. Welcome in, buddy. Hope you're having a great day. Now, with ATC, I have traffic injection turned off. That's why ATC is relatively quiet. With, say, intentions, I can turn on the traffic injection and, like, the whole place just becomes so very busy. You're listening to all different interactions with AI and the ATC. It can be very, very cool. But for simplicity, I've left that chatter turned off. I'm not using any injection. Because we have multiplayer with us. So those are our options. So 7,000, we'll get our 1,000 feet shout here now. Beep. There it is, we've got 1,000 feet to go. Very smooth up here, man. This is beautiful. Yeah, we're heading towards Atlanta. It would get very, very lively indeed. Like, I can turn all that on if you want to hear it. So give this a moment, we should now hear this.
Climb everything, flight level 8000, Foxtrot India Bravo 5512.
So we'll give it a few moments, this will inject traffic. Do we need to adjust the fuel mixture? No. So it's a condition lever on this aircraft with a turboprop. So you pretty much idle high, idle low, or off. They're your settings. You keep it in high idle. Okay. We'll start getting a few stutters and pop in. That's just the AI loading in aircraft. Hasn't loaded them in just yet. I wonder, do I need to refresh the app? let's just give this a moment. I might have to reset the app. Give it a sponge bath.
I've been drinking like a mad idiot.
I wonder, do I need to restart the app? I have a feeling we do. Let's see. So we're tuned into 119 or 15. That's correct. So if you give all this a moment now. Does OnAir allow you to join more than one airline? Oh yeah. Yeah. I think you can be in different worlds as well, Cyrus. You know, Light Top, good to see you. I did try the Dornier, yes. It's not too bad, it's not bad at all. Mrs. GPHI rows out of the bed upside down. Good morning, Mrs. Hope you're well. Why can't I see? I'm not seeing traffic. Maybe an issue over on the server. Yeah, you have 3 levels of difficulty, pretty much. Yeah, this is interesting now. Okay, it says my settings are saved, but I haven't seen the injection popping in yet. It's weird, isn't it? Okay, here's traffic starting to appear. Alright, slowly but surely it's starting to come in. North Coast Mike, good to see you. Ziz, good to see you. Man, this is beautiful up here at this altitude, isn't it? Let's have a look here. She should be writing in a bit more traffic. Uh, 119 or 15, yes. All is well. Augusta departure, November 235 Romeo Mike, with a request. Planet Merv. I'm on
5 Romeo Mike, go ahead with request.
We're just looking to pick up the local altimeter. What world are we in? Cumulus, I think.
5 Romeo
Cumulus.
Mike, altimeter 3001.
Roger, 3001. Thank you, 5 Romeo Mike. Okay, well that worked. Now let's have a look at some traffic. Aha, here's traffic. Now we should be able to hear these guys then on the blower, right? Yeah, I think you can. We should be good now. We should be good. Right, a couple of seconds just getting used to things. I usually don't have traffic injection because we're flying in a group flight, you know what I mean? But for the moment, we'll leave it on. Man alive, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful. You're thinking of trying this, need to fly more GA like I used to, but you're not enjoying NeoFly anymore. So Cyrus, there's a 7-day trial with OnAir, and we've just started. Malky's doing a lot of work for us on the virtual airline side. And they also have the new companion app. So you can use either or. You can use the original app or the companion app. I love the companion app, I prefer it, but this still works absolutely fine. It's tracking our flight. Malky gave us a job in the Grand Caravan. And this is flying, I'm the pilot flying on behalf of the virtual airline, but it's inside my kind of pilot world kind of stuff. Yeah, Free Bro, I think there's a difference with the timing, but sure, listen, it looks gorgeous, so I'm not going to change it. Because this is coming up on 5 to 1 Irish time. I think that should be 5 to 7 over in Augusta, no? Or maybe it's right, I don't know. I don't want to change it though in case I break it. So we'll keep the head down. Keep the head down. Yeah, there's quite a bit of traffic, I just can't hear it.
5 Romeo Mike, contact Atlanta Center on 127.5.
Now we'll hear it. Over to Centre, 127.5 for 5 Romeo Mike. Have a good day. But this could be interesting. Atlantic Centre. Good afternoon. November 235 Romeo Mike. 8,000 feet. Nutty Taff, good to see you. 7:55. Yeah, this is like 8:55.
November 235 Romeo Mike, Atlanta Center. Good morning, Thompson altimeter 3012.
3012 for 5 Romeo Mike. All right. Let's double check our headset.
Atlanta Center, Delta 1757. Checking in, climbing flight level 310 for flight level 320.
So now we can hear all the other ATC from the AI injected traffic.
1757, good morning.
Pretty cool, right? How do we take the training wheels off and on air? Company up. It's in options.
793, contact Jacksonville Center on 133.3.
NeoFly, haven't used it. I don't think I ever used NeoFly. I used to use FS Economy way back in the day. But that's a long time ago now, do you know?
Allegiant 559, contact Jacksonville Center on 133.3.
So this is all the Atlantic track. This is deadly, isn't it? It's very immersive.
782, traffic 10 o'clock, 20 miles, crossing right.
Daring Dad's good to see you. Keeps crashing to desktop. Yeah, mods. Get your mods out there, see if it does it. If it no longer does it with the mods, it's the mods.
Delta 3091, climb and maintain flight level 280. Up to flight level 280, Delta 3091. Delta 1964, climb and maintain flight level 280. Out of flight level 250 for
all the Deltas flying.
Delta 1964. American 524, contact Jacksonville Center on 126.125, so long.
We should be getting these lads on the map though.
126.125, American 524. Moxie 1102, contact Jacksonville Center on 120.125, good morning. Switching to 120.125, Moxie 1102.
Interesting.
Delta 3091, descend and maintain flight level 210.
Everything so far so good.
Down to flight level 210, Delta 3091.
So
Delta 23,
there's loads of Delta aircraft over here.
8 miles, crossing right to left.
Jeez, look at the amount of them. And like that's like set to 7. You can turn this on to You can turn this on to, you know, 11. Right?
Up to flight level 280.
Yeah, you're right, Malky. They're probably too high up. Yeah, that makes sense.
2432, 16,000 climbing flight level 200.
They're miles above me.
2432 Atlanta Center, roger.
Thanks, Daring Daz. I don't care what they say about your Murph, about your small hands. You're great help. Thanks very much. Jesus.
Frontier flight 1408 Atlanta Center, roger.
Oh, that's pretty though, isn't it? This is a really nice flight.
1757, descend at pilot's discretion.
And here we are, lads. Like, we're actually doing an on-air career flight, paying us virtual monies for a virtual airline. And we have ATC. It's like, it's just class, isn't it?
8 miles, same direction, a turboprop at 18,000. Negative contact, we have him on TCAS, Delta 2432.
We have him on TCAS.
51, climb and maintain flight level 320. Climb flight level 320, Delta 2951.
Look at the state.
Delta 2563 at flight level 230. Delta 2563, Atlanta Center, roger. Delta 513, climb and maintain flight level 360, report level. Out of flight level 350 for flight
Hello there, Angels 15. Looking good, buddy.
Delta 1964, climb and maintain flight level 320.
Rolling Stone, does on-air support helis? Yep. Yeah.
Delta 1964.
The Sovereign will be airborne shortly. Nice! Heading from Fort Lauderdale up to Augusta. Oh, beautiful flight, Malky.
Atlanta Center.
That's about 2.5 hours.
Checking in out of flight level
Care calling with a broken foot. Keen Lafford, how did you break said foot?
Atlanta Center, roger.
Or maybe Care broke its foot. Jesus. Dude, I hope you're okay, man.
Slowing to Mach point 82, Delta 1964.
F's in chat for poor L. Kane Lafford. I'm having a good time using Flight Sim First Officer. Without watching so many YouTube videos, I can learn airline is just using the co-pilot. Ooh.
Southwest 239, roger, good morning.
Yeah, so like, Flight Sim First Officer, it works very well, but like, I just think there's enough from say intentions now doing this stuff. I have a co-pilot here beside me, so for example, we've good old Oz Flight Simmer. Shane, good morning. I want you to look after the comms for a few moments.
Maintain flight level 400, report level.
You were getting out of bed.
Out of flight level 360.
Hooly doolies, Murph. I'll handle the comms for you.
Frontier flight 1408.
Here we go, right? So now, Oz Flight Simmer, my co-pilot, he's going to be interacting with ATC. I just fly the plane now, so I can sit back, relax, and chill.
Level 330, Frontier flight 1408.
It's really cool, this. Getting out of bed, you broke your foot.
Continue climb flight level 240.
That's crazy stuff.
Out of flight level 260 for flight level 240, air engine 247.
Yeah, but this one programs
Flight
the
Romeo
FMU.
Mike, contact Atlanta approach on 126.975.
Now, Oz Flight Simmer will do this.
Contacting Atlanta approach on 126.975, November 235 Romeo Mike.
Come on, Shane. Change the frequency.
Atlanta approach November 235 Romeo Mike. Good morning with you 8,000.
Deadly, isn't it?
November 235 Romeo, Mike, Atlanta approach. Good morning, Edenton, altimeter 3012.
Edenton altimeter 3012, November 235 Romeo Mike.
Cool. John Dale, good morning. Hope you're all having a great week. I fell from the wheelchair yesterday, so really sore today. Ah, Jesus. I'm a silly sausage reaching for the can. You poor devil. It's $9 for some of the on-sale planes. Yeah, that's right. You have to buy it per aircraft. Yeah. Jesus. Twisted my ankle, then broke the 5th metatarsal. Yes, good man, Keane. You did a good job of that now. A good job was done, Keane Lafford. Did anyone call you an idiot yet? No? You big idiot. And then John Dale, you poor old devil. Alright, Shane, I'm back. I'll look after the comms. Thanks for that. Brilliant.
No worries, Murph. You've got the comms now. Let me know if you need anything.
Shane, just talk us through our approach here. what can you tell me about our planned landing at Peachtree Airport? Imagine standing on a cat getting out of bed.
We'll be arriving at DeKalb Peachtree Airport on runway 3 right using the RNAV approach. We'll be flying the Worgen 3 arrival. After the star, we'll intercept the RNAV to runway 3 right. Weather at arrival shows winds 310 at 6 knots. Sky clear, no significant weather expected. In the event of a missed approach, we'll follow the published missed approach procedure. Squawk code remains 6431 and approach frequency will be 132.475. We'll configure for landing with flaps 30. Final approach speed will be 135 knots. I think we're ready for the arrival, Captain.
Deadly, isn't it? A couple of things that need to be tweaked, but like overall it's absolutely friggin' deadly. I've been told that David Beckham broke the same bone, albeit he's a top sportsman. I was getting out of bed. I have something in common with Beckham. Yeah, good man, Kane. Break it like Beckham. Are you using the Say Intentions co-pilot as your mentor plus the co-pilot? No, so he's just a co-pilot. I can add in a different channel. I have 3 intercom channels, and I can add in a mentor or a tour guide or any of this kind of jazz, yeah? So if I go to my crew and a tour guide, and I can put this Egypt in. Good morning, Murph. What can you tell us about the location we're currently flying? Did a flight from Alicante to Hallam with Say Intentions. Ooh. Top of the morning to you. Well, we're flying over a grand patch of Georgia countryside, but I'll be honest with you. There's not a single tour or famous landmark within 60 nautical miles of us. It's just us, the clouds, and the sweet sound of the engines. Right. So we're basically flying over nothing. Right? So that's your tour guide. And then if you want to say, what about a mentor? I don't think... Oh, they do have me as a mentor, but you get out of town. They've Jonathan Beckett. Hang on. Jonathan knows his stuff. I met Jonathan at Expo. He's a lovely, lovely man. Hey, Jonathan. Any tips on flying the Cessna 208 Grand Caravan? Ignorance, bliss. Ignore sells bliss. That's even better.
Flying the Cessna 208 Grand Caravan. Focus on your approach speed and landing technique. The Caravan has a higher stall speed than smaller aircraft, so aim for around 70 knots on final approach. Also, be mindful of its weight and balance, especially when loaded. A good tip is to practice your go-arounds. The Caravan can climb well, but you need to manage your power and pitch effectively. Keep it smooth and you'll do great.
Isn't it very good, isn't it? Ah, Jesus. They've nailed Jonathan's voice. That's really good. Here's Howard. Good morning, Howard. Any tips for flying over Atlanta, Georgia? My fuel is my fuel.
Flying over Atlanta can be quite busy, so keep an ear on the ATC frequencies and be prepared for potential traffic. Make sure to stay aware of the Class B airspace and the surrounding airports. A good tip is to use your flight management system to help with navigation and to stay on course. Also, be ready for possible altitude changes as you approach the busy airspace. You've got this.
It's very good. And like, you can ask other questions, as in, how do I do this? How does that work? You know what I mean? It's pretty cool. And then we've cabin crew. Where's Mary? She's only brilliant. Poor old Mary loves her job. She hates it so much. Let's see her now. She's brilliant. How are you, Mary? Can you bring me a cup of coffee, please? Ask it the meaning of life.
Understood, Captain. We'll bring coffee to the flight deck now.
Jesus, she sounded very lively. How are you today?
Understood, Captain. We'll bring coffee to the flight deck now.
Thank you. How are you? How are you feeling today? Are you all happy and stuff? I think it's loading the wrong model.
Understood, Captain. We're just getting on with it, eh?
Right, okay. Fair enough. What about Maria? Good morning, Maria.
Understood, Captain. Just getting on with it, eh?
Yeah. Ah, look, there's a fella called Tony. Fucking Tony, right? Hey, Tony, what's happening?
Just getting on with it, Captain. All is well in the cabin.
Any kind of questionable looking passengers back there?
I'm checking on that now, Captain, and we'll report back shortly.
Does anyone need to be sleeping with the fishes, see? Brilliant.
I'm checking on that now, Captain, and we'll report back shortly.
Okay. Jesus. Right, who else do we have? Oh, you can have, oh, there's all different ones. Janet. Hello, Janet.
I'm checking on that now, Captain, and we'll report back shortly.
Can I have a cup of coffee, please? And a Fanta.
Understood, Captain. We'll bring coffee and a Fanta to the flight deck now.
Can you also make an announcement to our passengers to say the reason we are delayed is because of Muse fan?
Ladies and gentlemen, we seem to be delayed due to a Muse fan. Yes, you heard that right. Apparently, the only thing more chaotic than our flight path is the obsession with a band that sings about time. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the fact that at least our captain isn't trying to sing along.
Thank you. Everything that's wrong with the world is because of Muse fan. Brilliant.
Ladies and gentlemen, we seem to be delayed because of a Muse fan. Yes, a fan. Apparently the only thing more chaotic than our flight path is the obsession with a band that sings about time. So sit back.
We need to
relax,
like build
and
a
enjoy
character
the fact
reference
that our captain,
so it
Murph,
understands
is
who
trying
and
to
what
fly us
Muse
through
is.
Chaos, but we might just end up
Andrew
in a
Cully, good
different
to see you, buddy.
dimension.
Yeah, that's pretty fun. That's pretty funny. Right, we continue on. We're expecting to get more information from our ATC. OnAir is doing the job nicely as well. This is really good. You just spit your coffee on the screen. I need to ask them, can they create an accent based on Muse fan? Could you absolutely imagine it? Oh, how are you getting on? Hi. Ah, yeah, we're just kind of flying down through the clouds. Could you imagine it? People won't know what is going on. The computer says no. If we're not careful, it'll start talking with a loud, high accent. Could you imagine? It would be hilarious. No one will be able to understand it. Oh, Jesus, that'd be absolutely brilliant, wouldn't it? Absolutely brilliant. I can hear it now. Well, balls. The whole balls. Oh, so much fun could be had. I never trimmed this machine out properly. We're kind of alright. Man, the weather is stunning. Are we on the right frequency? 12697? I think it's because I was messing with the cabin views or the cabin voices. Everything else kind of calmed down a bit. Huh. Atlanta approach. Atlanta approach 5 Romeo Mike for the request.
Romeo Mike, state your request.
Sir, we'd like to get vectors for landing if that's possible. We were planning a 03 right landing. Can you give us vectors? Yeah, who are you?
5 Romeo Mike, fly heading 310, vectors Wargon 3. Expect the RMPAR runway 3 right approach.
Fly heading 310. Roger, fly heading 310, vectors Wrangle 3. Expect the RMP AR runway 3 right approach. 5 Romeo Mike, thanks. Alright, vectors 310, heading engage. Flying over North Cascades National Park as the sun's coming up. Oh wow, that's gorgeous. Alright, so we're under 20 minutes out. This, giving us vectors, is going to be a bit of a shortcut here, so this is going to be interesting. Lads, just look at the view. I mean, would you come on a way out of it, Eileen? Look at it. Isn't that gorgeous? That is proper gorgeous looking, isn't it? That is absolutely insane looking. Just the sim is just... I don't know how it does it. It just does it. You know what I mean? Ooh. The tunes today. Jack Dunn, welcome to Flight Crew. Thank you very, very much indeed. Very kind, sir.
Runway 3 Mike. 5512. Fly heading 280, vectors to Peachtree. Approximately in Bravo 5512.
Stu Snape, have a good one, buddy. You've requested a refund from Apple? Oh, Jesus. Google him now. Hello there. Hope you're well, buddy. Beautiful. Right. Let us see. 15 minutes out. All our tracking. It's doing a great job. Yep. So we're being vectored by ATC at the moment. There's still a bit of chatter on in the background, which is nice to hear. What program are you using to count the FPS? I actually use the, whatchamacallit? Reshade. Reshade has a little FPS counter built into it. I just find it very accurate. Is that just the base navigation GPS, or do you have any add-ons? So what we're using here, this is the Payware GTN 750. This one's from PMS 50. You can get the one from TDXI as well, which is really good. Both are excellent. we finally have more traffic on our screen now. What I find with the PMS one, it's more closer to the requirements of flight sim. The TDX is closer to what you get in the real Garmin unit. Both are excellent. It's not saving your graphics and aircraft traffic settings. It's so weird. Every time I restart the sim, I have to set my settings where I want them. Any idea? Ooh, could be a cloud sync issue. Murph, have you seen the chart for the approach they're giving you? No. Oh yeah. Is it that mad circle to land? That's the one we're after. From Logan. It does look fun. It's a nice kind of a swing around the countryside, isn't it? Mr. Approach, let's have a look. Climb to 4,000 on track 026. Alright. Okay, Shane, we have a new approach assigned to us by ATC. We're going to be taking the Whiskey Romeo Golf November Zulu 3. It's the RNAV approach, and it's going to be the RNP for runway 3 right. Yeah, they're not cheap. No, they're not cheap. The PMS 51 is cheaper.
We've got the Worgen 3 arrival and the RNP AR approach for runway 3 right at DeKalb Peachtree. All set for the arrival. Murph.
Thanks, Shane. Can you show me the arrival chart, please? Without touching things, this should change. Right now?
No problem. I pulled it up for you.
Oh, wait. It won't come up with the iPad because I need Pocket Sky. Hold hard.
Firefly Air Flight 235. We've been given the Worgen 3 arrival and the RNP AR approach for runway 3 right at DeKalb Peachtree.
Hold hard. He brought up the chart on the Navigraph desktop app. Shane, will you show me the RNAV approach chart, please?
Sure, the chart's on screen for you.
That's pretty friggin' cool, isn't it? Alright, now let's see, will that now transfer over to the gadget here, right? Thanks, Shane. Show me the RNAV approach chart, please. That was the wrong button. Shane, can you show me the RNAV approach chart?
No problem. I pulled it up for you.
Shane, can you show me the airport chart, please? Let's see what this does.
No problem. I pulled it up for you.
It's still work in progress, but it's getting there. So very cool, isn't it? It's dead, Jim. Shane, can you show me the RNAV chart?
No problem. I pulled it up for you.
See, it's working on the desktop. It should be working over here as well. Enable plate brief. Push notifications must be enabled. Notifications are on.
Mike, turn left, heading 300.
Turn left, heading 300, 5 Romeo Mike. Okay. Pocket Sky. Notifications. Okay, they're on. Okay. Keep the chart open in the background. Alright, Shane, can you show me the airport chart, please?
Sure, I pulled that one up.
Okay, now did it do it on the charts app? And can you show me the ORNAV chart, please?
No problem, I pulled it up for you.
How do we get this to work now? Will it show the charts on this? Plate brief. Enable mobile or desktop and mobile. Well, I did have that on. Right, let's see if it works here. So, Shane, can you show me the airport chart?
Okay, got that up for you.
I wonder why it's not talking to the app. Let's kill the app and launch it again. Alright, Shane, show me the approach chart.
Sure, the chart's on screen for you.
Why isn't it working in the plane?
Zulu, contact Kansas City Center on 127.7.
Okay, I need to go back to them with that. Now, it's still experimental. They're still working on it. Like, it's doing it absolutely here, right? But it's not doing it on the Apple app. Approach 5 Romeo Mike. Request vectors for runway 03 right. I just want to make sure they're actually giving me vectors, because we're kind of heading.
5 Romeo Mike, turn left, heading 240, vectors for the RNAV Alpha runway 3 right approach.
Roger, left, heading 240 degrees, vectors for the RNAV 03 right approach. 5 Romeo Mike. Alright. You're doing it now. Navigraph account is linked, yes.
5 Romeo Mike, turn left, heading 165, descend and maintain 6,000.
Left, 165, descend and maintain 6,000, 5 Romeo Mike. We'll get there. What do you say, 165? 165 down to 6,000. Alright. We're going in. Never mind vectors, you're still at 8,000 feet. Yeah. Alright, watch your speed coming down the hill. Oh, this is going to be pretty. Through the clouds, look. Yes! All sorts of stuff on our radar scope. Can say intentions to the autopilot controls too. No, it won't fly our aircraft yet. There are ways in which the co-pilot can interact with the systems. It works flawlessly with the PMDG 737, but you can also create your own checklist that you can automate it, that it can interact with some of the systems. It's very good. Hey, tonight. Right, let us continue down. Yeah, I need to go back just to figure out why the charts on the iPad. I wonder. It's all on the same network, I think.
Mike Romeo Mike, turn left, heading 140.
Left heading 140, 5 runway Mike. I just changed the Wi-Fi. I wonder, is that important? Shane, can you show me the airport chart?
Sure, I pulled that one up.
No. Didn't want to do it there either. It's working absolutely fine using the desktop app. So I'm just having an issue on the other. So I'll give them feedback. They could be working on something. Like, we do have the correct flight loaded in. Shane, can you show me the approach chart?
I've got that chart up on Navigraph now.
Just making sure I didn't break anything in the background. Alright. We'll see how we get on. St. Hensions does nothing but the radios. I started the free trial yesterday. I had an amazing time. Had an issue. Brian sorted it out right away. Yeah. They're like lightning fast if you have an issue. Lightning fast. No, I gotta say, I'm really enjoying it, lads. I mean, it's... Look at... when you have applications that can genuinely enhance your flight simulating experience, it's a no-brainer. Is it going to work 100% correctly 100% of the time? No. St. Hensions, they'll tell you that. They would love it to. That's their aim. But it's not going to. It's just the way that technology is. But Jesus, what it can do. Very, very good. This is interesting now where it's going to send me.
Mike Romeo Mike, turn left, heading 075 now.
Left heading 075, 5 Romeo Mike. Memphis Don, good to see you. I think it excels in cases where you're doing example solo VF4 flights and just want extra handle on. Yeah. I mean, real ATC doesn't get it right 100% of the time. Yeah. No, it's class, lads. It really is. Alright, watch your speed. Skyops is brilliant. Murph, did you get rid of your spider by any chance?
Mike, descend and maintain 4,000.
Descend and maintain 4,000, 5 Romeo Mike. I did not. No, that spider is missing in action. Alright, bring the power back. $1,500 feet a minute, lots of flaps. That should be enough to hold her speed, it is. He'll come back bigger and stronger. If I see him, you'll know I'll see him because 1, you'll hear me, and 2, you won't see me. They also have these new chart visual approaches as well. Oh, there's a big cell ahead of us. $1,000 feet to go.
November 3907, Victor Golf, contact Kansas City Center on 127.7.
127.7 for November 3907, Victor Golf. Good day.
Did a precip. This is very pretty. Alright, leveling off. What's the speed? You can almost see below us. Almost. Easy now. All the traffic, look. That's all Atlanta driven. Hey tonight. Alright, let's see what happens. Let's have a look now. Let's have a look, let's have a look.
5 Romeo Mike, turn right heading 160.
Right, 160, 5 Romeo Mike. This is interesting. Bit of a tour of the countryside. Murph, do you fly Skynet or injected with, say, intentions? What's your preference? Injected when I'm not using Skynet, if that makes sense. Jesus, look at that. So injected traffic, if you're running injected traffic and Skynet, I mean, it works, right? But usually I leave the group flying with group flights and we'll just use the Skynet traffic. If we're flying maybe 1 or 2 people on Skynet, well then I'll bring the say intentions traffic up. You know? Like, I don't do an awful lot with injected traffic. I need to do a little bit more because it's actually very good. Do you know? And it really does add that. You'll see it when we land, there'll be just planes doing their own stuff. It's class. We're getting vectored around the parish here, but sure, we'll see what happens. The good thing now with Say Intentions is that its vectoring is terrain aware, which is new. We're okay for fuel. You can turn injection off and Skynet on. Yeah, you can balance them both.
Right heading 250.
Right heading 250, 5 Romeo Mike. The problem using Skynet is that Terminators keep turning up. Yeah. It's nice seeing the airport populated with accurate airlines. Yeah, that's a huge thing.
5 Romeo Mike, turn right heading 340.
Right, 340, 5 Romeo Mike. No more turn heading 270 into the mountain. Yeah, 100%. Cornel says, Murph, I would love it if the sim got to the stage that it'll divert you if the weather gets too bad to land. Is that something Say Intentions does? So, will it give you a diversion if there's bad weather? It'll divert you around the weather, or you can ask for a deviation. If you're flying VIA4 and the weather moves in, you can actually transition to IA4 and they'll give you an IA4 routing. Will they actually give you an active divert if the weather is turned off? That I'm not sure. I'm going to ask them. They divert you from your originally planned arrival airport to an alternate. OnAir will do it. I guess it was, as it says, the runway is closed. I've never tried this, so not sure if it's a thing. Route diversions
355.
Right heading 355, 5 Romeo Mike. Three, 4, 3, 5, 5.
Over to Atlanta departure on 128.0, Endeavour 5011.
Phil, good to see you. Have a good flight. Hugs from Portugal. Hello from Ireland. Hope you're well, buddy. Jeff J. Jefferson, welcome in. Cornwolf, it's a great question. Like, I want to say it does. I've never experienced it. But even now today, like listening into ATC, there was another aircraft saying, I can't see him, but I can see him on my TCAS. This sort of stuff that's making its way in, I mean, this is very, very good. Look at the weather breakout there. I'm not mad with that camera position. Hang on. Would it be a nice kind of a go?
Good morning, Endeavour 5372, 2000.
That's kind of better, isn't it?
Endeavour 5372, Atlanta departure, roger.
There we go. Have you got the RNAV loaded? No. I don't think we're getting the RNAV anymore, are we? No need half, good to see it. Runways are usually only closed for VFR traffic. To close to IF4...
Mike, immediately turn left, heading 240.
Immediate turn left, 240, 5 Romeo Mike. Jeez, he wasn't messing there, was he? Imagine hearing that on the radio. Ah! Jesus. It's just next level, isn't it? Could you imagine in a Thursday night stream that only X amount of people can get in? And then some... Yeah, dude, like, that's one thing where X-Plane kind of nudges forward is because you are fighting the weather, right? It's starting to come in with Microsoft Flight Sim, but there's no real consequence. That's where Say Intentions is able to pick that up and really make the weather a thing, right? And like... X-Plane does a really good job at how the weather changes and moves, you know what I mean? Maybe take an ILS in the soup? We'll see. This is the Black Square Caravan, yeah. Man, look at this weather. It's something else, isn't it? We can land it no matter what, pretty much. It could be rough, but we land it. Yeah. Bedrock, good morning. Like, at the moment, it's very much up to us to decide if we want to try it or not. If ATC had that extra layer, you know, you're able to report bad weather and then they're able to turn around and advise other pilots. They can do that anyway, right? And sometimes Say Intentions will ask you to give a weather report. What's it like up there, you know? Okay, this really wants us to make a right turn to catch the that approach. I think we're too high. And we're in the soup. Let's see what happens. We are in the soup at the moment with precip. We're very close to the airport. Pea soup. Pea soup.
5 Romeo Mike, traffic at your 12 o'clock, 5 miles, same altitude, PC24.
Roger, looking for the traffic. Five Romeo Mike, we don't have the traffic and we are in IMC. Do. What's going to happen? Ooh, Derby Atlanta. Oh, look at that. 5 Romeo Mike, we have the traffic. Also request vectors to final, runway 03 right. Look at that. Beautiful.
Five Romeo Mike, turn left heading 185, vectors for the RNAV Alpha, runway 3 right approach.
Left 185, vectors for the RNAV approach, 03 right. 5 Romeo Mike.
November 907 Delta Papa, contact Tacoma Peachtree Tower on 120.9er.
Airport elevation 1,000 feet. Pea soup. What a view. What a view. Isn't that something?
Five Romeo Mike, turn left heading 080.
Left 080, 5 Romeo Mike. Alright. The view is very grey. Oh wait, I was looking at Murph. Read between the lines, Gimbo! I don't have grey hair, that's positively blonde. You know, my glorious mane. So hot right now. Be grand. Now, just give us an hour left turn here onto final and all will be well. And if not, we'll just do it ourselves.
Five Romeo Mike, turn left heading 080.
Left 080, 5 Romeo Mike. I think it's just going to kick us around into another circle. Approach 5 Romeo Mike, we are on the RMP for 03 left. Pilot deviation. Approach, we're going to go for the visual 03 right. Request transition to VF4. Are you nuts? Yes. Yes, we're nuts.
Five Romeo Mike, cleared for the visual approach, runway 03 right. Maintain VFR on top. Report reaching.
Roger, VF4 maintained. Request over to tower frequency.
Five Romeo Mike, contact tower on 120.9er.
120.9er, 5 Romeo Mike. It's all happening now. Tower, 5 Romeo Mike, short final runway 03 right.
November 235 Romeo, Mike, decal Peachtree Airport Tower, roger, continue approach runway 03 right.
Continue approach 03 right. 5 Romeo Mike. I'm sure it'll give us clearance to land. I'm sure of it, right? Timed it well, yeah, timed it well. We're very high, but we need to fix this because we're just going around in circles.
Right Romeo Mike, runway 3 right, winds 310 at 6, cleared to land.
Clear to land 03 right, 5 Romeo Mike. Jason, there's some weather, isn't there?
3 right.
What do you mean it's more white now? You all need to get your eyes checked out. And get your faces checked out while you're at state you. You have a face like a well-slapped arse. What? Who said that? Easy now. Still having the Phenom. Wait, what? Do you have enough money now for one of those recent biz jets? Which do you buy? Gibbo, just get the freaking Phenom and stop messing, will you? It's very good, man. The Sovereign is very good, and the Falcon is very good. But the Phenom is just, there's a level of BJanie with the Phenom. You have more options with the Phenom, do you know? I think. Jeez, we're coming in hot here. Easy now. Power to idle, hold the nose.
Landing
touchdown. Right. On to Delta. Where's me good help, buddy Palo, buddy? And 5 Romeo Mike vacated the runway onto Delta.
5 Romeo Mike, welcome to decal Peachtree. Exit at Romeo Whiskey Yankee 34 if able. Contact ground on 121.6.
Over to ground 121.6 for November 235 Romeo Mike, thanks. Peachtree ground, good morning. November 235 Romeo Mike vacated the active. We're on Delta. Request taxi to parking at the FBO.
Romeo Mike, taxi to GA parking stand 110 via Delta, hold short of runway 21 right.
Roger, taxi to Golf Alpha, parking stand 110 via Delta, and we are now holding short runway 21 right. 5 Romeo Mike. Hey, tonight. And 5 Romeo Mike, holding short runway 21 right. Do. Riot. Low idle. We sit tight and we wait. Maybe there's traffic. All these aircraft you can see here, this is all the St. Tensions injector traffic. Is that an us or one of them? That's potentially one of them. Maybe get a bit closer, do you reckon? November 235 Romeo Mike, holding short, runway 21 right.
Mike Romeo Mike, hold short of runway 21 right, PC24 on a 3-mile final.
Roger, hold short, runway 21 right. 5 Romeo Mike. So there's an aircraft on final. What do you say, 2-4? There's a PC-12 on final. I don't see him. Do you see him? Oh. Dee 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 dee. He must be out there somewhere. Hey, tonight. It might show on our map, wouldn't it?
Mike Romeo Mike, cross runway 21 right, then continue taxi via Delta, hold short of runway 34.
Cross runway 21 right, then continue taxi via Delta, hold short runway 34. 5 Romeo Mike. He's actually parked me over here on the left, that's why. Delta. Bumpy, bumpy.
November 530 Foxtrot Hotel, runway 3 left taxi via Kilo Bravo Alpha.
Runway 3 left taxi via Kilo Bravo Alpha, November 530 Foxtrot Hotel. November 51 Mike, ready to taxi.
November 51 Mike, runway 3 left taxi via Kilo Bravo Alpha.
Runway 3 left taxi via Kilo Bravo Alpha, November 51 Mike.
And 5 Romeo Mike, holding short, runway 34. Murph is a professional flight sim pilot. Yeah, technically, yes, technically. Remember the Fokker 70-100? Great bunch of planes. There's a big update. Ooh. Say again, 5 Romeo Mike. Cross runway 34, 5 Romeo Mike. Alright. Here's Fierce Wolf, looking fierce. While I typed that, you got the notification. Ooh, nice. So there's injected traffic. See the Bonanza? I wonder will he turn directly onto me, or is he going to turn off to the right? No, he's going right. I'm trying to organise a chat with the lads from Just Flight about those aircraft joining me on a stream. So that's going to happen soon. Go on ahead. Go on ahead. He's holding for me, but I want to go in there, so you go on ahead, Chief. Is there a way to get labels to work with say intentions? Unfortunately, not yet. It's a limitation within the sim. They're trying, but the limitations with the simulator. Let's have a look. Drive it on there now, Betsy. It's really hard to, they're really hard to spot in the air sometimes. That's when you need to rely on your avionics, I suppose. The map helps, you know. Jeez, we ran this one fairly low on fuel, didn't we? Right. That will do us. Park and brake on. And let's see here. Avionics 2 coming off. Squawk off. And that, my friends, is all she's gonna write.
Engine off time logged. The flight is finished. It has been monitored by OnAir.
Excellent. Yeah, Muppet, you never used your inertial separator coming in. That's just a rookie mistake. Yes, yes, yes. Good, looking good, looking good. All right. Done, 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 done. Right, let me see here now. So we'll go back into our settings.
Section 4 Kilo X-ray, runway 3 left taxi via Delta Hotel, hold short of runway 16.
And we're going to close off.
Runway 3 left taxi via Delta Hotel, hold short of runway 16, Texan 4 Kilo X-ray.
St. Henson did a great job there. Continues to just blow my mind. Right, your flight has been monitored by OnAir. Now, let's have a look at this. So we got 98%. We lost a point on our landing. Did we bounce? Yeah, we bounced. All right. So yeah, we did a bit of madness with that vectoring look. Right. You can see how they were trying to... I don't know how it made such a bit of a bijani then. Well, they were trying to route us back onto that RNAV. That's what happened. And then I never acted up on that. So I was the... You'll never guess this now, lads. You'll never get... I'm the reason this didn't work, you know. Oz Flight Simmer, good evening. Have a good night, buddy. Great to see you. So, yeah. Right, that's fair enough. So, hang on now, look. What do we get? What do we get? Pay 44,000 naughty ones, look. Jesus. Let's go ahead and okay this. Building your company dashboard, and we've just made a whole load of money. That's great news. I made Chagall, but a virtual airline, I mean, that made some serious dosh. I think asking for Vector so early may have been an issue. Yeah. And the weather as well, you know. I made the balls of it, lads, but it's all right. It's all right. Let's have a look. Love the Caravan. It's so good. It's so good. Love the Caravan. It is a great machine. Now, let me see. We need to go in and unload all this stuff. Oh, look at that. 21.8 million. Look at that. Excellent. Flight logs. Loading flights. Flight logs. Murph. Check ride and then standard. And it's been registered. Look at that. So these are all the flights, right? So Murph, Anna, John Crouch, brilliant. There's Malky, Peter. So we've AI pilots here as well, so you can see what's happening, right? So we can go back and look at this whole... Jesus. What did I press there? Was that... Oh, do you know what that could have been? That could have been all the flight logs for that aircraft. Interesting. Switching to Lurkin. Sumner, take it fierce Andy. Let me see. Pot set pop. Welcome in. Flying the Caravan right now, dude. It's so good. It is so good. OnAir is friggin' brilliant. Let's go into the companion app here now just to have a look again, right? OnAir companion app. You're back from all the things and stuff I needed to do. Welcome back, Death's Angel. Good to see you, bud. Like, very soon they'll have all the VA stuff in here, right? But at the moment they don't. Operations Center. So if we have a look here at the flight logs. That was the flight we just did. And like, see, like this is way cleaner, isn't it? This is way cleaner. The entire flight, and we can see, yeah, we lost a point on our landing because we had to bounce. Balls to it. Events, beacon light on, so on. Isn't it very, very cool, isn't it? It's very cool. What was the landing rate? Oh, the show's over here, sure. D. 90 feet per minute, look. I can get that caravan running around and get it back to DeKalb. As in get it back to Augusta. No, I'd nearly say leave us in Augusta, Malky. If you want to get us back to Cags between now and we say next week, yeah, Augusta. And the reason being is the weather's very interesting over here this time of the year. I mean, you saw the weather we had today, right? So, yeah, what I'd like to do with the caravan is maybe start tipping it down towards Florida. You know what I mean? But that sort of duration of a flight we had today, 120 miles or so, that's ideal. Ideal. Mr. Webb, thank you for the follow. Welcome in, buddy. I thought that was ideal because it's a good mix. Do you know what I mean? And like as we do these flights, when it comes to our VA as well, this is where you're able to pick up things like additional bonuses. We can also make sure that we're getting the if we need to, we can expand on our FBO, so we can get we can buy fuel, sell fuel, get more maintenance facilities in there, and even add more aircraft to it as well. Which is absolutely cool. Like, the most basic and easiest way into this is you start as your own private pilot and you can just take jobs. And the different types of jobs you can do, right? Start off with the likes of freelance. And the type of freelance you can do cargo and passenger work, rescue missions, sightseeing, medevac. You can pick your own destination or even do a return to base flight, right? So there's one here. Virtual Airline has 4 flights. So there's one here, Fort Lauderdale to Augusta. That's happening right now. Show it on the map. So I think that's the one that Malky's doing. Yeah, that's all the details there. Or we can list all the other jobs that are available, right? Company jobs. D. Yeah, that's pretty cool, isn't it? That's pretty cool. Industry, of course, is there as well. We looked into industry. We'll do more with that. We're going to have a lot more to do with it. With the industry side, it's pretty cool. Where's this now? Aircraft moderation. Aircraft modification. No, moderation. Yeah. It's so very cool. Your AI co-pilot is flying that one. You'll do Augusta to White Plains later. Ah, okay. Okay, sweet. But yeah, I mean, you pretty much go into freelance mode and then you can kind of pick your job from in there. The virtual airline stuff, it's not fully working inside the new companion app yet. They are working on it. And you can select these flights and all the sort of stuff. How it works, you go into freelance. You can detect everything from the sim. So say, right, we're in a C208 Grand Caravan. What type of flight do you want? Well, we could do rescue missions in this. Now, these, because it's fixed wing, we obviously can't do much. Or we might be able to land in some places, but a lot of these would be spotter missions. Sightseeing, medevac, these are great, air ambulance. There's VATSIM flights here on this as well. This is all locked into the VATSIM events. Or we can just do a pick destination. Where would you like to fly to? You can fly wherever you want to. And you can load up your own manifest. It's just class, lads. It's absolutely class. Right, we're going to move on. The next bit we need to cover today, ladies and gentlemen, what we need to cover today is our flight for tonight. Tonight we're going to be taking a 737 out of Auckland and we're heading down to Queenstown. So we're going to be taking the iFly 737 MAX Firefly Air livery for this one. And we're going to load in down in Auckland, where it's going to be nighttime. So into Auckland. And we want to be down this neck of the woods because you have the domestic terminal, right? BioGames is there. Into gate 29 will do. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. We'll be flying there at 1900 Zulu, so it'll be around 7 in the morning. So we're going to load that in. That's the first bit of the jigsaw. The second bit of the jigsaw is going to be our group information. And let's see what happens here. Well, isn't this terribly nice? Okay, we do have jetways here, so we'll go to ground services. We'll horse in the ground power unit, and we get our cargo lads in here as well. Connect the jetway, and let's come upstairs. Battery. There's a sim pause. Uh-oh. We did have sounds, and now it's shagged. Is that a CTD? Do. That looks like a CTD, lads. The hell, sim. And I wouldn't mind this time. I'm not actually flying with
hello there.
The multiplayer on. Interesting. Jonas, thank you very much indeed for the follow. Welcome in, buddy. Why is that now? Interesting. Right, kill the sim. Start her up again. While the sim is loading, let's talk about this. So tonight's flight, it's going to be from Auckland down into Queenstown. Global sector flight. As we're heading down into Queenstown, it sits in a valley over Lake Wakatipu, and it's on New Zealand's Southland, completely encircled by the dramatic peaks of the Remarkables mountain range. They're actually called the Remarkables. Queenstown sits at the centre of one of the most scenically diverse approach environments, and the airport was used as a film location, of course, during the productions of Lord of the Rings. The surrounding landscapes, including the Remarkables range visible in the final approach, doubled as part of Middle Earth, would you believe? So we have a routing. We also have some sceneries. I do have sceneries for Auckland and Queenstown. We're going to load in sim brief here and take a look. We also want to get Venture Sky up and running because we want to see what the weather is doing down that neck of the woods. So we're leaving the tropical, beautiful weather that we have in Ireland at the moment, and looking at the weather in Auckland this evening when we depart, it's about 10 to 14 degrees, and by the time we get down to Queenstown, it's going to be 3 degrees. It's cold over here, very, very cold. So the wind is going to be important. That's going to dictate our runways and all the jazz. So Hamilton is there. From Auckland tonight, the wind is coming in from the west, southwest. That'll dictate on where we're taking off from, right? And the arrival, there's a huge friggin' cyclone down the south. See that? Interesting. When we get down south into Queenstown, it's a kind of a northwesterly wind. Okay. And it doesn't seem to be changing. Fair enough. Okay, so let's look at our cruise altitude wind. What's this going to look like? We'll say 9,000 meters. That's 30 odd. Yeah, so the wind is pretty much the same. It's a headwind for the entire flight. 25, 30 knots headwind. Nothing major. The cloud coverage then, weather permitting. Auckland, yeah, 60, 70%. Queenstown, we could get lucky as that kind of cloud pushes across, right? It will be cloudy. Precip is going to be interesting because, well, there could be snow on the way. So if we have a look at Auckland, we got rain, fog, mist and fog. That's all morning stuff. And yeah, there's quite a bit of rain coming in. But I'd say we're going to, yeah, it won't be hitting us. It won't be hitting us. We might get showers, there's snow coming in as well. All right. It is winter down there. Alison Johnson, good to see you, Ali. Hope you're well. Yeah, it is winter down there. So it's kind of, it's not like heavily winter, but it is winter. Well, no, it is heavily winter. It is heavily winter. Right, is the sim loading there in the background? It is, it is. Right, okay, so our sim brief, let's have a look at this. So we are going to be Firefly 235. We're going to be flying in a 737 MAX 8, which is here. Let's have a look. Yeah, right in the middle of it, yeah. Please write Microsoft Flight Sim to video title, says 965. Huh? Does it not say that in the video title, no? Hang on a second. I thought it did. Video title. Let us see. Oh, look at that. How'd you manage that one, Murph? You big idiot. It says it in the description, and it's like, it's in the game category. I usually put it in the title. I don't know why that is. Yeah. It is tagged as 2024. Usually I put it in the title, but yeah, 965. Sorry about that, bud. Right. Jesus, this is a mad looking flight. We'll have views out our left window, I suppose. We're missing all the cool stuff. What options do we? Oh, hang on. Invalid. Oh, yeah, okay. So she's a different citizen stars here. Right, find me a new citizen star. Oh. I mean, we could fly overland, which would be nicer, I think. But if that's the routing, Naughty, that is the routing. You know, it can be hairy, scary due to the valleys you come through. Oh, yeah. Well, it looks as if we're going to be landing. Well, in saying that, the wind is coming in from the west. .05 is not correct. We want to be landing the other way. Now you're talking. How strong is the wind? 5 or 6 knots. Which is not much, to be fair, for an airliner. There was an overland, but that's a common routing in real life. 5 or 6 tailwind is fine for an airliner. Yeah. I suppose. There's a far nicer approach, though, coming in over the mountains. That's far nicer. So this was Vance. Try that. Oh, that's going to be nice. We could file that one, I suppose. Yeah, this one you come through the mountains. That's what I want to do. That's going to be savage down through the mountains. Do you know? Just updating the Fokker. Nice, nice. What do you reckon, Naughty? Well, it doesn't really matter. I mean, our routings we're all going to end up in the same place. You know? No, I don't think you need to update it. I think I'm going to go with this one because I just think it's going to be nicer flying over because you're going to see mountains on both sides. Well, with the cloud coverage, we should still see mountains on both sides, right? Where is it now? Yeah, like it should be fairly okay. So I might do this one. Be fun at the other end with people coming in from 2 directions. Yeah. I mean, you can come in over the lake and then in that way, but I think coming down through the mountains, it's breathtaking. Because you're flying in between the mountains. You know what I mean? I might go with this one. Let's see what the crack is. We do have an alternate at Christchurch. Now, we can probably change that to Dunedin. We'll go Christchurch. So that's the routing it's giving me now, right? So let's go ahead and generate this and see how it all turns out. The glider worker won't. Is the sim loaded? It is. Get in there now, you Betsy. And why on earth did you crash? Right, we'll go this way. Maybe didn't like the direction I went across the planet in. Do. Do. Now let's have a look. So we're going to call this one at around 1900 Zulu. This is going to be a gorgeous flight. It's going to be sunrise. Oh, it's going to be absolutely gorgeous, lads. So it is. Hopefully this works now and it doesn't break again. Where's Muse fan? We give out him. Do. Nothing's loading here. Anyone else worried? My sim is froze again. Is there an update for the iFly? I mean, it loaded in the other day because I was out to take I was out to take screenshots. What's upsetting you, Sim? No update for the iFly. Sim is loading, it's just paused. What the hell? Is it waiting on something? Turn off stuff in the background. What could be causing that to hang, I wonder? Well, that could be part of it. Update. Unlikely nav data would break things. You know? Could be the scenery. Oh, scenery was working. It was hardly that. Hardly that. Is OnAir Company an app? Yeah, it works as an app. Yeah, it works as an app. I don't know why we can't load in. Interesting. Right, we have our flight plan loaded. 40,000 feet on this one. Jeez, that's going to be tasty. We'll import this now from SimBrief and we'll have a look at our charts while we're waiting to go. So our departure, let's have a look here now. Departure is expected to be that off of runway 23 left. All right, so we'll have a look at our departure. It's an RNAV departure. And of course that turned off. Stupid thing. Sometimes, you know, things work and then sometimes things stop working. There it is, start working now. Right. So, RNAV departure, runway 23. Fairly straightforward. As we continue on and down, we're going across country. We're not too far from Nelson. Nice. And then we're in this way. So our arrival, so there's the RNP from Elruv. And then that gets us down to our initial approach fix. So if we were to look at the approach 23, it's all RNAV. Now, we're not coming in from Atkill. Where are we getting down to? Where is the approach fix? Oh, it is Atkill. Okay. RNAV Zulu or RNAV Yankee. It'd be Zulu, I suppose. Let's go with that. Oh, heck yeah. Ooh, heck yeah. And then we're down over... Where's that? That's down by... I know what that is. Right, so it's down there 5 Rivers where we're holding. Okay. Right, so let's have a now gawk at this. So it's going to be an RNAV. Look at this for an approach, lads. Isn't that absolutely savage? Larav, and then we're down and in. Isn't that a class looking approach, isn't it? Like, it's mad. So we're going to come in from the top down. So we're coming in kind of, where is it now? We're coming in this way. Clear that. We're coming in this way. That's pretty cool looking. That's pretty cool. Looking forward to this one. Right. Clear. Now, how's the sim getting on? Nearly there. Sim is getting there, lads. Sim is getting there. Now, okay. So weather's okay. The missed approach if things go wrong. Let's have a quick look. So it's fly runway heading, and then we get around the bay, hang a left, and we're climbing up to around 9,000. Missed approach detail. Minimum altitude 10,000. If unable to reach 92 by some group, climb to 98. Okay, that's fine. We should be able to climb like an absolute devil. Okay. Missed approach, let's have a read. Climb to 10,000 via the RMP, missed approach track, and we hold at Sungu. Okay. That looks good to me. This is going to be a pretty flight. Right. I was waiting for the sim to load now. I've no idea why it broke 2 times, so we'll have to figure this one out. We'll get our old Sim App Pro up and running, because I want that for the avionics. Maybe that was the issue. Who knows, lads? Who knows? We'll find out together. Right. What's the temperature in here? How are we looking? 25 degrees. It's 27 degrees outside, lads. It is absolutely shagging roasting. Roasting, so it is. If this doesn't load again, I don't know what I'm going to do. It could be the airport. Doesn't make sense though, does it? The sim is acting up. Look at the big friggin' pot. Yeah, okay, we got a problem. Houston, we have a Jemima. What's causing the sim to crash now? What have we added? Think, Murphy. Think. What have we added to the sim since earlier on? We haven't added anything to the sim. The only thing that updated was OnAir. Potentially we have an issue with OnAir. So we shall remove this, and this. And the next time we use OnAir, it'll reinstall. Let's just see if that was the ticket. Yes, the sim is not happy. Sim pause, top of drop, as I asked it to, and now it's frozen. Flight from JFK to Doha is now bust. Oh, jeez. Oh, dear. Can you load it back in, Stu? No? Is there a game services update in the Windows Store? Does an update often causes me issues? I don't believe so. Modified today. Did you clear some cache? I did all that, yeah. I cleared all my cache before I started the stream today. Your last session. Yes, we know. The last session ended in an absolute friggin' hoopla. Oh. Power automate. Oh, that's all. We'll try it again. I'm only guessing it's on our stuff. Doesn't make sense. Why the sim is crashing halfway during loading? That's very strange, isn't it? It's not liking something. What else is running here that could be causing a conflict? Nothing. I've nothing else running for the sim, at least. Now I know the sim runs a Gansy load of its own little applications in the background, which like that drives me friggin' nuts. So what's running here that I just don't need? So bridge services. I don't even know what that is. Navigraph, yeah. SimApp Pro has like loads of things running, as you do. Navigraph, that's all okay. What's this FS? What's this bridge thing? What do we know about this? Huh. I don't know what that is. FS 2024 bridge service. Is that to do with like hang on, let's Google that one. Is that to do with Honeycomb. The lightweight bridge transmits your simulated aircraft's position data in real time via UDP. Ah, okay, so that's the gadget. Yeah, don't stop that. It's core sim. That's how we get it to talk to outside the sim. Okay. All right. Activating packages. This is very slow, isn't it? Loading package content. Alrighty. We can update our route for this evening according to SimBrief. I'll do that now while we're here, lads. That's our route. Jesus. Handy, will you? That's our route. And we'll pop that in there. Pop that there. Save. And now we'll go to another route page and we'll pop it in there. Yeah, core sim application. Let's have a look here now. Route. I was going to say we were very lucky today. You know, these troubleshooting Thursdays. We actually didn't have a bother at all until now. So I don't know what the issue is. It's very slow loading though. And there's like no installs have happened behind the scenes that I've done. So I've no idea what it is. Sometimes it just doesn't want to work. The joys of flight simming, lads. The joys of flight simming. Let's have a look here now. Do you have a big Windows update yesterday, today? Yeah, I had a massive update. Yeah. Check for more updates. Anything new coming in? I do like when I turn on my PCs in the morning, this is the first thing I do. Yeah, no, we're okay. Even GSX got an update. Everything got an update. You know? Last two streams just before landing, you lost monitoring audio. Oh, brilliant. Oh, brilliant. Nice. Very nice. Have you got into the 50s the last time before this said no? Loading sim objects. This is very slow. 4916. I went back one. See that? Okay, let's see. Can we at least get past the loading intro? How long have we spent looking at this screen? Yeah, to be fair, it is nice and all, but, you know, they should update this every time they do a sim update, throw in a new LOL video. Just to keep the thing fresh. Ah, remember those days when you got to see, you know, server problems? No, I don't think so. That shouldn't be enough to crash the sim. Pause on loading maybe, but shouldn't crash the sim. We'll find out now. She's at 68% and like this is taking for ages. Right, now we appear to be in. Right. Now let it all calm for the second. Okay. And we go back to Zealand. Give it a second. Like, it's able to load the scenery even here in the preview mode, so that's interesting. Custom off, time of day set for later to Zavo. There could be a problem trying to load the weather as well. I never considered that. Let's see what happens. We are ready to fly. There's our aeroplane. Now let us repeat. We'll go to ground. Where's that? Where's that? Where's that? Where's that? So far so good, lads. Jetway is a coming. Up on top. Okay, she's working. Very strange, isn't it? Sometimes she works, sometimes it doesn't. Maybe it was on air. Could have been. Could have been. That's why I yeeted it out of there just to be sure. I wouldn't be worried. Like, it'll go back in when we reinstall, or when we get an update from on air rather, it just goes back in. I've other stuff here I need to get rid of because I'm testing other things. So yeah, I need to remove all that stuff as well. Okay, aircraft. We have lights. That's all grand. We need to check on VPilot. Bring you across. Needs to load up. I also want to open up the VATSIM radar. How do I know if I'm using version 2? Isn't there like a download we can do now? Settings. Lights, music. Lizzie. Wasn't there, I thought it was. Okay, connected to the voice server. No traffic here at the moment. The app is in beta. Ah, okay. Right, is there anyone here? Hello? Is it me I'm looking for? It's been a minute since I've been here. No traffic loaded in. So in Auckland, this is the International's terminal as it loads in all the friggin' scenery. There we go. And over here, so when you land, right, you walk in through the scenery and the whole shebang, in through the scenery, in through the airport, and you come out around this side here. And what you need to do then, there's green markings. They don't have the greens, but you follow the green line, follow the yellow bit green. That didn't make sense. And you have to walk all the way down here. No, you don't. You do. Do you? No, you got. Yeah, you're supposed to go down this way. Oh yeah. Down this way. And it leads you then over here to the domestic hub, which is here. I'm surprised they didn't add in the friggin', you know. But anyway, this is the domestic departures. So that's where we're going to be flying from today. Right? And it's beautiful up here. It's very, very nice. So there's our aircraft. The scenery is working. We're live on the network. There's no one next or near us. To be honest, what's the likelihood of actually getting ATC tonight, lads? What'd you think? Because if you don't get ATC tonight, it will be it'll be Say Intentions providing it. Because if we're hoping we do, because like it's going to be 7 in the morning over there, naughty, on a Friday morning, so we could be shagged, you know, for local lads anyway. We'll see how we go tonight. I'm going to use Say Intentions as a backup if it doesn't work. All right, and I'll stay in comms with you guys on Discord. You know, because as I say, like if I were to, there's no one here at the moment, right? And if I were to go into aircraft call sign, we're going to be Firefly 235, Firefly 235. So if I go into where my flight is, J's have buttons everywhere. Simbury flight plan. And if I pre-file this on Say Intentions, lovely. And if I were to listen into Say Intentions, your property request But you didn't get a confirmation. Okay, okay. Well, look, we're planning VATSIM, but if it remains nothing, I'll fly with say intentions. So what we can do here, let everything load in. We're at Auckland International. We can tune into the ATIS.
NE0. QNH1027. Transition level 140. Pavement marking work in progress. Expect minor delays.
Ooh.
Advise on initial contact. You have information whiskey.
Information whiskey. Okay, 128.2. 128.2. That's dialed in. Auckland clearance, good morning. Firefly 235, a 737 MAX. We are parked on stand 29er. We have information. Bravo, request IFR clearance to Queenstown. Was it Bravo? Balls, I forgot already. That's terrible.
Firefly 235 cleared to Queenstown via the Lever 2 Papa departure. Then as filed. Runway 23 left. Initial climb 8,000. Departure on 120.1. Squawk 1122.
That accent though. Key out it. We are cleared to Queenstown via the Lever 2 Papa departure, then as filed, runway 23 left. Initial climb 8,000, departure 120.1, squawk 1122, Firefly 235.
Firefly 235, read back correct. Ground is on 121.9er. Safe flight, sir.
Over the ground, 121.9er for Firefly 235. Have a great day. That's freaking cool, isn't it? Now, we have our clearance, but I can change all that later on. Ramp is on 119.99. Do. So if I wanted to, let's have a look then. Ground, can you call the catering services? I didn't say ground, it should be ramp.
Catering on the way, open aft door.
Also connect the jetway.
Connecting jetway.
Anyway, that's enough of that. That's enough of that. Right, let us check out the next place. You know, was OnAir causing the crashing? Sorry, just got back. Nah, I don't know. It could have been. I can't say for certain. But any apps, doesn't matter who owns them, any apps that go into the top menu bar, they're always the first point of call. Always the first point of call. Right, when we land in Queenstown, let's check out the scenery here. Make sure all is okay. It may not have been the case. We're going to be landing here roughly now. Okay, load in. Do. Oh, look at the state of this place. Jesus, we're underground. Do you know what I need to fix? That button should not be cycling views. Is that a chase plane issue? Because it only seems to happen in this aircraft. View shortcut. Save. Ah, that fixed it. Brilliant. Right, okay. No, of course it didn't. Why is this? Why is that doing that now? Like, no other button should be able to interfere with that. 2, home, 3, home, 4. So see the way this guy, hang on now. Num button 4. Save. Why is it going back to that view? Does anyone know why it's doing that? Because that is wrecking me head. Kanzui, good to see you. It's a big old caravan, isn't it? Number 4, button 3. There's something else causing this group view shortcut. Get out of that. Back. Does that fix it? Yes. Yes. Right. No, it's fixed now. It's no longer shagged. It's been unshagged. Murphy has unshagged it. Right. Anyway, let's go looking around here. Ooh. Scenery all looks absolutely tickety-boo. So when we land in here this evening, look at those mountains. We're coming in this neck of the woods. This is our approach in this way. Look. So we'll get down as far as here and we do a bit of mad jiggery pokery and then we come along this way, look. So it's going to be looking like this for our... Like, isn't this going to be absolutely fantastic? Right? We head in this way. Look at the views, man. Absolutely gorgeous. This is going to be amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh, I miss New Zealand. I really do. What an absolutely beautiful part of the world, and the people are so nice. New Zealand, I reckon you should import Murph. Yeah, import him, you know. What's the airport so I can look up the approach? Queenstown, November Zulu, Quebec, November. Unless, of course, ATC come on and tell us otherwise, yes. You've ruined my entire night. I wanted to fly this way. Denied. Oh, Jesus. Right. But yes, very, very pretty indeed. When it comes now, it's not to say it doesn't happen often, but it might happen. Holding is an issue because if you notice on the runway, the taxiway is very narrow. As in general aviation narrow. So it's not really an option for us in the wide body aircraft. So you want to be careful to get your timing right. Because a lot of the time at Queenstown, if you're coming in on 05, it's a back taxi. Just to be aware of that, friends. It's a back taxi, right? So that's why I want to come in the other way. 2-3 is just, you have a better option, you know? And if you don't make the first exit, well then, you know, words will be had. Words will be had. Oh, what a beautiful part of the world. I'm so excited we're flying in here. I've been looking forward to this one for ages. So as I say, hopefully we'll have ATC coverage, but if not, St. Intentions will absolutely pick up the ball and run with it at a rate of knots at speed, you know. Right, so the aircraft is working. Connection to the network. Do we have VATSIM traffic over here? We had one back up in Auckland. There's a helicopter up the road, but nothing else down where we are at Queenstown. All right, okay. Right, okay. We've gone through the weather. We've gone through our charts, our flight plan. We tested the aircraft. All that seems to be working pretty well, lads. It all seems to be working pretty well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a break for a while. I'm going to go off and get some lunch and dye my hair so Gibbo and Co aren't slagging it. Right? And we'll be back then at 1900 Zulu this evening. Anyone who'd like to fly along, if you want to try the ATC, if you want to give VATSIM an old blast, or maybe you want to fly with Say Intentions, tune in later on. If you have any questions, we'll get them answered for you. And don't ever think you're asking a silly question. You just don't, you know. Which one? Thanks, idle cutoff. Yeah. 7 left and 4 right, 3 down, 1 across. That one, right? But anyway, remember to fly the MAX correctly. Thank you, Larry. Yes. Actually, I wonder, should I have a button bound for Toga? The other throttle setup I have actually mimics this, but it's over there and it's out of reach. So yeah, I could bound a button or just click it. I should really have a button bound to that, a toga button. Where might I put that? That's park and brakes. That's landing gear. Oh, no, that's auto throttle. Oh, look. Okay, that's after making a shag or something. What does this do? The red button. Hang on a second. Toggle throttle reverse. Would you go way out of town? No. Delete that. Now, so do I need to go into iFly and find the button? iFly? With my little lot? No. So we're going to say toga. It doesn't have toga? Toga! Really? If we put in take off, go around? Take off. No. Aha. Auto throttle to toga. I'll do her. Yeah, it works. It's in there, but it's poorly named. Yeah, right. So that's the button we need to press. So when we bring our throttles up to about 50% or 40%, we press that little button and then she'll be all right on the night. See how professional we're after getting just there now. You know, I'm going to forget about that now. Remind me later on. And right, just so you know, lads, I have it mapped to the red button. It's the only red button on the shagging thing. So like, I couldn't have gone too wrong. It's on the red button. On my mongoose, right? So that's where it's going to be. Right, I'm away now. Have a lovely afternoon. We'll catch you back here in a couple of hours. Until then, take it fierce handy. And I won't forget, well, I will forget. Remind me about the button, will you? You know, it's important. Right. I'm not sure I want to be, not sure I want to be shout Murph, press the red button. It'll be grand. Ready for this to go? I'm a little teapot short.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Here is me handle, and here is me spout. When I get all steamed up, hear me shout. Just tip me over and pour me out. Ah, Jesus! Oh, stop! You see? Larry red, Larry yellow. Oh, no!
I've had enough of this wowdy, webble, sniggering behaviour. Silence! Call yourselves Poitoian guards. You're not. Seize him, blow your noses and seize him.
But the mod control, from a viewer perspective, it makes the whole thing quite negative, doesn't it? When you delete, you're sitting there and you're thinking, Jesus, this is painful to watch. This is like watching the end of Glen Rowe. Or... You didn't use your indicators. Electricity must be expensive in your truck, is it? Christ! Oh no, a terrible accident! Jesus! Did you jump? Oh, I nearly passed out of the laughter. Did you just see what happened? She looks like your man. Oh no, it's a him. Oh Jesus. It looked like your one. Katie.